Chapter 108. The next day, at the off-campus cafe, MCMU had a holiday on the weekend. It was up to the students to decide whether to rest or not. Li Qingze had been waiting for a long time. When Fong Ping arrived, Li Qingze stood up hurriedly with a smile on his face. CEO Fong. Fong Ping pressed his hands together and chuckled. Don't call me that. It makes me uncomfortable. Just call me Mr. Fong from now on. Fong Ping was a little embarrassed to hear a company of this, and that in a small city. $1 million company was considered a company in a small city, but it was nothing in Magic City. These days, Fong Ping had been busy with registration, school allocation, breakthrough, and cultivation. He did not have time to care about the company. Li Qingze had been in charge. It was the weekend. Li Qingze had something to report, so Fong Ping asked him out for coffee. After Fong Ping sat down and ordered his coffee, Li Qingze said softly, "The company's platform is basically set up. I've also arranged for people to build the website you mentioned. In terms of business, the fast food website has partnerships with some restaurants and hotels. As for delivery services, there are a few established delivery companies in the university city. Our reputation in distance is too small. Students usually don't look for us when they send packages. As for e-commerce, we accept very little business. After all, we're only doing delivery within the city and not outside. Delivery services only catered to the city, especially the university city. There were very few services that could be accepted. Unlike the express delivery companies that joined, those franchises could also use the express delivery company's network." Fong Ping nodded slightly. He was not surprised. Let's start with the fast food business first. We can take our time with e-commerce and logistics. There's no rush. Fong Ping said, "Are you short on funds?" "Yes, a little." Li Qingze did not deny that Fong Ping did not give him much funds. After building the website, it had been used up. "Do you have a channel to sell the pills?" "Not much." Fong Ping thought for a while and said, "I still have 10 normal vitality pills on hand. I don't need them for now. I can raise some funds." Li Qingze heard this and said immediately, "Pills have always been in short supply. It's not hard to sell them. However, if I sell them privately, the price will be much cheaper. Normal vitality pills can only be sold for 90,000 yuan in Shanghai. 90,000 it is. 900,000 should be enough for a while." Li Qingze said with some hesitation, "Mr. Fong, between business and martial arts should be the main focus and business as a supplement. If we cut off the supply of martial arts resources for the sake of business, this was putting the cart before the horse. Only with strength would there be a foundation. Without strength, the business wouldn't be able to grow." Fong Ping smiled. "It's fine. I really don't need it. I've just broken through rank 1 recently, so the effects of a normal vitality pill are limited. Also, my teacher usually provides me with some medicinal pills, so I don't have much need for them." "You broke through?" "Yes, I just broke through." "Congratulations." Li Qingze was both envious and happy. He envied Fong Ping for becoming a martial artist at such a young age, and he was happy that now that Fong Ping had become a martial artist, many things would be much easier to handle. After all, a newly established company would snatch the business of others, even if the business was not much. If Fong Ping was still an aspiring martial artist, things would be a little more difficult. However, Fong Ping was now a martial artist and an MCMU student at that. He was only occupying a small, insignificant piece of land in the university town, so everyone could tolerate it. Even if Li Qingze did not mention it, Fong Ping knew it would be stressful. Revealing the news of his breakthrough was also to help reduce the pressure on Li Qingze. The two of them chatted for a while, and Fong Ping shared some of his opinions. Finally, he said, "You can call me if there's anything. If you can't get through, come to MCMU to find me. It's fine if we don't make money in the early stages, but we need to expand our business. Try to open up the university town's market as soon as possible. Food and beverage delivery is much simpler. There aren't many people doing it now, so there's a market. E-commerce logistics will definitely be difficult in the early stages. The main thing is to set up channels. When our channels in Magic City are open, I can find someone to discuss the issue of cooperation. After all, there are too many restrictions now. Online shopping websites and businesses won't be willing to contract such a small area to us alone." Li Qingze nodded hurriedly. Fong Ping took out a bottle of vitality pills from his pocket and passed it to him. After some thought, he said, "I'll sell 9 pills. You can keep the remaining one for yourself." Mr. Fong, a vitality pill was not cheap. Even if Fong Ping exchanged it from MCMU, it was still his own resource. Now that he had just started working, a normal vitality pill was almost equivalent to a year's salary. "It's fine. Although I said before that I'll make you a martial artist in 3 years. As long as you do well, I actually hope that you become a martial artist as soon as possible. If you become a martial artist, I won't have to do many things myself. Of course, after you become a martial artist, I also hope that you can work for me for 3 years and set up the platform." Li Qingzi said sternly, "Of course. Even if Mr. Fong didn't say it, I wouldn't do something like burn the bridge after crossing it. Not to mention whether he could do it or not. The key was whether he dared to do it." Fong Ping had reached rank 1 so quickly. With his bone-honing speed, it was very likely that he would reach rank 2 or even rank 3 very soon. Even if Li Qingzi became a rank 1 martial artist, he would not dare to take the benefits and run away. That could cost him his life. After giving Li Qingzi some instructions, Fong Ping left quickly. MCMU was busier than he had imagined. The new students were still in the training period these few days, mainly teaching them some rules and necessary physical training, similar to military training. After the training was over, classes would officially start next week. Fong Ping glanced at his class schedule. It was almost full. During the day, he had cultural studies and general studies, and at night he cultivated. There was not much free time. He could only leave the company to Li Qingzi. It would be best if he could make money, but if he could not, it was not a pity. The investment was not that big. After returning to the university, Fong Ping went straight to the logistics department. He had not reported his breakthrough to rank 1 yet. If he did, he could get 50 credits as a reward. It would be a waste not to take it. Logistics department. Fong Ping saw a familiar face as soon as he arrived. Yang Xiaoman saw Fong Ping too. She giggled and said, "Hey, isn't this the newcomer king?" "Newcomer student Wang. I hear your name everywhere I go recently. Don't tell me you're going to continue challenging girls next month?" Fong Ping smiled and said, "If it's possible, I don't mind. Girls aren't martial artists. Female martial artists are 1 level lower than men." "Yang Xiaoman, your thinking is wrong. Although you're a woman, you're the one who belittles women. Men and women are equal. It's fine if you say this to me, but if the majority of women hear it, they might think that you're discriminating against women." Yang Xiaoman was stunned for a moment. Then, she said angrily, "You're the one discriminating against women. Don't accuse me." She thought for a while and said, "I'm just reminding you not to let the title of newcomer king go to your head. During the school allocation, you were able to come out on top because we were all new students. Before that, we mainly focused on honing our vitality. Rank 1 martial artists are different from each other. People like us haven't experienced much. We're all rookie martial artists. As for the sophomores and juniors, even if they're rank 1s, they're different from us. They have more experience. Some of them have even experienced bloody battles. If you think of them as us, then you're making a big mistake. With the same vitality, we're no match for the seniors." Fong Ping nodded and said calmly, "I know, but if sophomores and juniors are still rank 1s, it means something. These people aren't considered outstanding. In MCMU, rank 3s are considered outstanding, rank 4s are the elites, and rank 5s are the real deal. In an environment like MCMAU, resources are abundant. The exchange rate of 1/3 is still at rank 1s. I don't think these people are that scary." Yang Xiaoman frowned. "You'll suffer if you underestimate your opponent." "Thanks for the reminder. I never underestimate anyone, but there's no need to overdeny yourself." "Up to you." Yang Xiaoman did not say anything more. She finished her business and turned to leave. Fong Ping glanced at her and did not say anything. They were not familiar with each other. Yang Xiaoman's reminder could be out of kindness, or it could be malicious. No one could say for sure. It was not necessarily a good thing to overemphasize the strength of the opponent and create fear in oneself. It was not necessarily a good thing to be afraid before the fight even started. It was very likely that one would be nervous and uncomfortable when they went on stage and make mistakes. Lu Fengru did not mention these things. Fong Ping did not know what Yang Xiaoman was thinking when she said these things. MCMAU students are indeed more complicated than I thought, Fong Ping sighed in his heart. They were just a bunch of freshmen. In his previous life, they would all be a bunch of rookies. There was no need to think too deeply about it. In this life, however, he really could not think too much. I hope I'm just overthinking. Credit collection area. Fong Ping was about to collect his breakthrough reward when he was told that he needed to determine his rank. It was not something that could be achieved just because he wanted to. The rank determination was on the second floor of the logistics department. It was very simple. When Fong Ping went up, the martial artist in charge of the rank determination did not say much. He pointed at a steel plate and said, "Leave a mark, and you'll be a rank 1 martial artist." Leave a mark? Yes. Do whatever you want. Bite or scratch. Leave a clear mark. That means you have the destructive power of a rank 1. That's direct. Fong Ping smiled. The steel plate was not thick. It was not difficult to leave a mark as long as it was required. Fong Ping walked forward and paused for a moment. Suddenly, his right leg moved like a shadow and kicked the steel plate with a bang. The steel plate caved in instantly. The martial artist in charge glanced at it. After a while, he said, "That's enough." After saying that, he picked up Fong Ping's martial arts license and operated on the computer for a while. The information has been modified. Previously, you only enjoyed rank 1 treatment. Now, you're a real rank 1 martial artist. MCMU's information is also connected to the outside world. From now on, you'll be a rank 1 everywhere. The next time you break through to rank 2, come back for the test again. The 3 lower ranks are all here. What about the 3 middle ranks? Don't bite off more than you can chew. Ask about the 3 middle ranks when you get there. The martial artist in charge of the rank determination frowned slightly and warned him. Fong Ping nodded and did not stay any longer. He picked up his martial arts license and left quickly. As soon as he left, someone walked over from the side. He rubbed the steel plate for a while and murmured, "It has a certain amount of lethality, but it's limited. The strength is a little scattered, mixed but not refined. It's almost equivalent to a martial artist who has honed 1 limb. It's stronger than normal martial artists, but there's a gap between peak rank 1. After making his judgment, the other person did not stop and left quickly. The martial artist in charge of the rank determination glanced at him and did not say anything. After he left, he shook his head and said, "Idiot," who would go all out during the test. Fong Ping's vitality was very high. At least from what he could sense, it was not lower than 240 calories. The outburst just now was about 200 calories. Some MCMEU students knew how to use their brains and not underestimate their opponents. They also knew the use of information. However, this kind of irresponsible information gathering was often more harmful. They had learned a little and came to embarrass themselves. They would not even know how they died. However, these students' conflicts had nothing to do with their instructors unless their students were involved. Obviously, the instructor in charge of the rank determination did not have any students who had conflicts with Fong Ping. That was why he could not be bothered with other people's business. Holding his martial arts license, Fong Ping went to the credits collection counter to collect another 50 credits. He had only been enrolled for a week, and his credits had reached 252 credits. His wealth had increased by another 1 million. At this moment, Fong Ping's data changed again. Wealth 750,000 vitality, 240 calories, 242 calories mentality, 218 hertz, 220 hertz. I'm close to 10 million wealth points. I've not been in MCMEU for long, but I've already accumulated so much wealth points. Fong Ping felt a little emotional. Coming to MCMU was obviously the right choice. If it were any other school, they would not be as generous as MCMAU. After some thought, Fong Ping went to the exchange counter again. "Instructor, do you have any ready-made alloy weapons here?" The martial artist in charge of the exchange said without raising his head, "We have ready-made E-class and D-class ones. C-class and C-class and above require custom-made ones." "Instructor, can I custom-make boots here? The kind that's lethal and can be worn on the feet. The kind that's not too uncomfortable." Yes. This time, the martial artist in charge of the exchange counter raised his head and smiled. This kind of special weapon is actually not rare. Many people have a need for it. The school can provide boots, boxing gloves, brass knuckles. As long as you have credits, you can ask for it and we'll be responsible for custom making it. For the three lower ranks, D-Class and E-Class are more than enough, especially D-Class alloy. Middle-rank martial artists will have a hard time destroying it. As for you, I see that you're only rank 1. E-Class alloy is enough. You want to make boots? Fong Ping nodded. Military boots. I'm afraid I'll drop regular shoes. I'm afraid they won't fit. Absolutely not. The martial artist in charge of the exchange counter shook his head. You're underestimating MCMAU's manufacturing standards. The boots can be made with a special kind of leather. It's breathable and tough. The tips of the feet, the heels, the edges of the boots, and even the soles of the feet can all be made with alloy to retain some sharpness. In your case, a pair of boots will cost about 2 kilograms of E-Class alloy and 20 credits. The leather of the boots will cost 10 credits. The custom-made fee is 10 credits. The total will be 40 credits. The corner of Fong Ping's mouth twitched. This was daylight robbery. 40 credits was equivalent to 2 million in the outside world. Spending 2 million for a pair of shoes. Fong Ping wanted to ask, who else? Freshmen only had 50 credits in total. They needed to save it for a breakthrough to rank 1. This meant that none of the freshmen could afford it. Even if they could afford it, not many would be willing to buy it. Fong Ping had yet to learn a weapon. His legs and feet possessed the greatest lethality. A pair of weapon-grade boots was much more useful than an unsuitable saber or sword. After thinking for a moment, Fong Ping gritted his teeth. Custom make a pair for me. Also, give me brass knuckles. I want them made with D-Class alloy. You're straightforward. I like students like you. The martial artist at the exchange office was also very happy. It was not easy to do business, especially with freshmen. Even if there were people who came to exchange, most of them would be pills. As for weapons, he had not sold many of them yet. Look at those students. They had to think for a long time for a few credits. It was extremely annoying. This person was rich and imposing. He only took a moment to think for a few dozen credits. The boots will be custom-made. E-Class ones will take about a week and cost 40 credits. There are ready-made brass knuckles. You can try and see which one suits you. D-Class ones are 20 credits for 1 kilogram. The ones that are custom-made are slightly more expensive. However, the brass knuckles aren't big. The ones we have now are all 10 credits. That's exactly 50 credits. Fong Ping felt his heart ache. The reward he had just received for a breakthrough to rank 1 was gone in an instant. He chose a brass knuckles that suited him. As for the boots, they still needed to be custom-made. A young beauty from the exchange office came to measure his feet. Even though Fong Ping thought that his feet smelled good, he still felt a little embarrassed. Fortunately, it was done quickly. Fong Ping breathed a sigh of relief. He promised to come back in a week to collect the boots. Only then did he leave with his heart aching and satisfied. 5 million for a pair of shoes and a brass knuckles. Fong Ping wanted to ask, who else? No one at the exchange office could understand Fong Ping's inexplicable confidence. The boots that Fong Ping had made were not bad in the 3 lower ranks. However, in the 3 middle ranks, who did not have equipment that cost millions, would you believe that even underwear cost millions, let alone boots? Chapter 109. On the 8th of September, Martial Arts University classes officially began. Since the first 3 classes had learned pole standing and the methods of honing, they had fewer courses compared to the last 5 classes. As for the other classes, not only did they have to learn cultural and professional subjects, but they also had to learn pole standing and the methods of honing. As of now, they did not have any combat techniques. Fong Ping and the others could still relax in between classes, but the freshmen were so busy that they could barely be seen. The students of MCMAU were so busy, and the students of other martial arts universities were almost the same. Although Fong Ping did not tell Wu Zhihao and the others that he had become a martial artist, they still kept in touch. Wu Zhihao even created a group and added a few martial arts university students he was familiar with. It wasn't that he looked down on those liberal arts students who didn't get in, but everyone talked about things related to martial arts. If he really pulled those people in, it would make them feel uncomfortable. Fong Ping had been busy for the past few days and had not switched on his computer. When the weekend arrived, Fong Ping finally had the time to turn on his computer and log into QQ. As soon as he opened QQ, messages kept flashing. In the group, everyone exchanged a lot of messages. Fong Ping took some time to look at it. Wu Zhihao said, "Martial arts universities have too many classes. I'm busy from morning to night. I don't even have time to rest." Yang Jin replied, "That's right. I thought that when I got to a martial arts university, I'd be able to skip cultural studies. Now, it's even more of a headache." Wu Zhihao, "Yang Jin, what's your HP now? Have you practiced pole standing and the methods of honing?" "I've started cultivating. My vitality is almost 130 calories now. I'm quite lucky to have been assigned a rank for instructor who treats me quite well." Yang Jin explained his situation and introduced Lu Ruoqi, saying, "Lu Ruoqi and I are in the same class, but our martial sciences instructors are different. Her instructor is also a rank 4. Wu Zhihao, what's your situation?" Wu Zhihao said, "Our luck is pretty good. My instructor is also a rank 4. There are 3 other rank 5 instructors in our batch. It's a pity that it's not my turn yet." When the group was created, the Tan brothers were also added. At this moment, the boss, Tan Hao, grumbled, "You all have rank for instructors. Why am I a rank 3? Tan Tao's instructor is also a rank 4. Other than the people from class 4, only the Tan brothers were added. In the end, everyone was lucky except for Tan Hao. Tan Hao was the only rank 3 instructor. The others were all rank 4. In normal martial arts universities, rank 3 instructors were the mainstream. There were not many rank 4 instructors, and rank 5 instructors were even rarer. Everyone chatted about random information. Lu Ruoqi, who had been silent all this while, suddenly popped up. "What's up with Fong Ping?" Wu Zhihao, "I'm not sure. I haven't heard from that guy recently, and he's not online on QQ. These were all messages from a few days ago." Fong Ping read along the way and had a general understanding of their situations. Lu Ruoqi and Yang Jin went to Tiananmen Martial Arts University. Although Lu Ruoqi's vitality was not high, she was a pretty girl. There were not many girls in martial arts universities to begin with, so Tiananmen Martial Arts University was not bad. Her instructor was a rank 4, and she was also a woman. There were very few rank 4 female instructors in martial arts universities. The female instructor did not take in many students, but she still took good care of Lu Ruoqi. After a summer break and recently started cultivating the methods of honing, Lu Ruoqi's vitality was close to 130 calories. Wu Zhihao's vitality had already exceeded 130 calories. He had just started cultivating the methods of honing, so his vitality was not slow at all. The Tan brothers were the same. Their pole standing was successful, and their vitality was slightly higher than Wu Zhihao's. However, they did not have the same treatment as MCMAU. Nanjiang Martial Arts University and Tiananmen Martial Arts University used the GPA system, which was similar to the credit system. They just had a different name. In Nanjiang Martial Arts University, a normal vitality pill required 5 GPA, and a rank 1-1 required 15 GPA. The value of GPA and credits was about the same. Compared to MCMAU, the exchange prices of other martial arts universities were much higher. Moreover, unlike MCMU, which gave 50 credits, Nanjiang and Tiananmen only gave 30 GPA this year, which was the most in all the years. Nanjiang had more resources because of the governor's breakthrough. Tiananmen had also invested heavily because of the huge losses they had suffered last time. Fong Ping scanned through it briefly and could not help but sigh. The gap between MCMAU and normal martial arts universities would only widen in the later stages. The credits given were still a small matter. The key was the exchange of resources in the later stages. The credits needed in MCMAU were much less than those in normal martial arts universities. Moreover, MCMU students were much stronger than those in normal martial arts universities. It was much easier for them to earn credits. The more they earned, the less they spent, and the greater the gap. It was not easy to cultivate to rank 3 in normal martial arts universities, unlike MCMU, where rank 3 martial artists were not uncommon. They were all martial arts universities, but the difference was too obvious. No wonder those normal martial arts universities were not satisfied. Normal martial arts universities also had grandmaster powerhouses. Although they were few in number, they could not compare to normal martial arts universities. They were not as few as famous schools. Currently, only MCMU and Capital City Martial Arts University were recognized as famous schools. Of course, schools like East Sino Nation Normal University were considered famous schools in the eyes of normal martial arts universities. They were considered the second tier. Nanjiang Martial Arts University and Tianjin Martial Arts University could only be considered third tier. After looking for a while, a new message suddenly appeared in the group. Wu Zhihao. Fong Ping, you're still alive? Obviously, this guy was also online and saw the news that Fong Ping was online. Yes, I've been too busy lately. I don't have time to go online. Tell me about your situation. You don't even know what famous schools are like. Tan Hao quickly replied, Yeah, tell me quickly. My dad called me 2 days ago and asked me to learn from you. I asked him, but he wouldn't tell me. Did you contact my dad? Fong Ping thought about it and decided not to upset them too much. He gave a simple introduction. I'm following a rank 6 instructor. He gave me 10 normal vitality pills. There's nothing else. The group was silent. No one spoke for a long time. After more than a minute, Wu Zhihao replied, You can continue lurking. Fong Ping could imagine this guy's resentment. After laughing for a while, he asked, Is Brother Wang in school recently? I don't know. I haven't seen him since I came to school. But Brother Wang is really impressive in NMEU. Wu Zhihao said enviously. The president of Nanjiang Martial Arts Society is even more impressive than normal instructors. Even my instructor, a rank 4, can't stop praising Brother Wang. It's a pity you didn't come to NMAU. With Brother Wang's protection, you can do whatever you want in NMAU. Obviously, Wu Zhihao did not know about Wang Jinyang's northbound trip. Wang Jinyang did not show up in school recently either. Fong Ping had asked Fu Chanding about his northbound trip. He heard that Wang Jinyang had left Capital City. Is he ready to break through? Fong Ping guessed for a while, feeling a little envious. How long had it been? He had watched the other go from rank 2 to rank 4, and he had only just entered rank 1. What's going on with old Wang? Fong Ping was curious. Wang Jinyang's breakthrough was too fast. MCMEU had many geniuses, but Fong Ping had never heard of a rank for sophomore. Even the thrice-honed CLA was only peak rank 2. He was still a distance away from rank 3. Many of those who had fought with Wang Jinyang were still stuck at rank 1. The difference was huge. Don't tell me this guy is cheating too? Fong Ping muttered. Only after honing his bones for real would he know how difficult it was. A martial artist's vitality was limited when it came to honing one's bones. The limbs were fine. Other than the leg and arm bones, the other bones were not big, so the honing speed was faster. However, the torso, including the spine, was really hard to hone. Many students were stuck at early stage rank 3 because the torso was harder to hone, and it was more dangerous than the limbs. There were 51 torso bones in total. Under normal circumstances, honing one bone in 10 days was considered fast, even with an endless supply of resources. All in all, it would take 510 days, almost a year and a half. How long did old Wang take? If he broke through in mid-April, he might finish honing by mid-August. Over the course of 4 months, he would finish honing one bone in 2.5 days on average. This speed might be possible in rank 1, but it was hard to say if MCMAU had a rank 3. Zhao Lei and the others were also twice-honed martial artists. Before coming to school, they had completed honing 31 bones in their lower limbs. It had been almost half a month since they entered school. With the guidance of a peak rank 6 instructor, Fong Ping had heard from Fu Chanding that Zhao Lei had completed honing 35 bones. For bones in half a month, one every 4 days. Based on this progress, Zhao Lei would need about 3 to 4 months to complete honing his lower limbs. If everything went smoothly, there was hope for him to break through to rank 2 by the end of the year, or the next semester. Of course, it was only hope. It did not mean that everything would go smoothly. Fu Changding and the others were similar. They honed without regard for the cost. At rank 1, honing one bone in 4 to 5 days was considered fast. These people were the most outstanding students in MCMU, or rather, the most outstanding students in the country. Fong Ping, on the other hand, had cheated. It had been exactly 10 days since he broke through on the 4th. In these 10 days, Fong Ping did not care about the cost of his wealth. His vitality was always full, and he honed small bones like the phalanges. After 10 days, he had completed honing 10 phalanges. One a day. The speed was shocking. Of course, the cost of his wealth was also shocking. In the later stages, the speed would definitely slow down. Fong Ping felt that he might not even be able to finish honing his torso in 4 months at rank 3. Whatever. I'll finish honing my feet first. There are 26 bones in my feet, and I've honed 10 of them. There are 16 more to go. I'll try to finish them before the end of the month. The foot bone was also a complete system. Once it was tempered, its lethality would increase by a large margin. Coupled with his sky-high shoes, Fong Ping felt that his actual combat power would increase by a large margin. When he thought of the sky-high shoes, Fong Ping remembered that he could probably get his hands on them today. Logistics department. Fong Ping finally got his sky-high shoes. He took off his sports shoes eagerly and changed into new ones. The new shoes were not the kind of boots, but low-top combat boots. They were black. Fong Ping knocked on the soles of the shoes. They had a metallic feel, but when he stepped on the ground, there was no sound of metal clashing. It was obvious that they had been treated. The tips of the shoes were slightly sharp, but not out of place. They were also black. At first glance, they did not look like they were made of metal. Fong Ping reached out and touched them. The tips were not smooth. Instead, they were uneven and scratched his hand. The martial artist in charge of the exchange said with a smile, "You can try it out. You can wear it normally. It won't stand out. It's breathable too." Martial artists exercise a lot, so they sweat easily and slip. This pair of shoes is also very good at absorbing sweat and preventing odor. Also, the quality is guaranteed. If you have any problems within 3 years, you can come to us. We'll repair or even replace it for free. Fong Ping nodded slightly. He did not say anything. After changing into the shoes, he looked around. "You can come here to test your power." The martial artist in charge of the exchange led Fong Ping to the back of the counter. The space behind the counter was very big. It was divided into many small rooms. The martial artist opened one of the rooms. It was a little messy inside. Many things were piled up in a mess. There were knives and swords that were full of nicks, and there were steel plates that were full of holes. This is where everyone usually tests their weapons. The knives and swords here, and the steel, are all made of F-class alloy strength. They're much harder than ordinary household knives. It's easy for E-class weapons to leave marks on them. You can try. Fong Ping did not hesitate. He raised his leg and used his puncture kick to poke at a steel plate that was lying horizontally. Hiss, hiss. The ear-piercing sound of metal colliding was heard. Sparks flew everywhere. Fong Ping's foot did not feel too much pain or discomfort. He picked up the steel plate and looked at it. His expression changed slightly. There was a small hole in the steel plate where the tip of his foot had kicked. He squatted down and touched the tip of his shoe. It felt the same as before. There was not much change. Fong Ping exhaled softly and said in a low voice, "If this kick hits someone, even a bone-honed martial artist's bones will break, right?" The martial artist in charge of the exchange office chuckled. "Of course, but it depends on the person. For example, if you meet a middle-rank martial artist, the other party's muscles, bones, and membranes are extremely tough, and their vitality is strong. They don't just rely on the hardness of their bones to withstand it. Even if the other party allows you to kick them, once you kick them, most of the force will be reduced, followed by a vitality rebound. The actual damage will be minimal. Whether a weapon is strong or not depends on the person using it. If you're not strong, it's useless to give you a weapon made of A-class alloy. However, you've trained your puncture kick well. Combined with this pair of boots, if a rank 1 or 2 martial artist is kicked by you, even if they don't die, they'll lose most of their combat strength. Still, I'll say it again, the weapon depends on the person using it. If you can't kick your opponent, it doesn't matter how strong the weapon is. If you're strong enough, you can kill someone with one punch even without a weapon. Fong Ping nodded in agreement. If he was given an A-class alloy weapon now, would he dare to fight a grandmaster to the death? What a joke. If the other party's vitality erupted, he would be crushed to the ground and eat dirt. He would not even be able to get close. After testing the boots, Fong Ping did not stay for long. He put on the boots and left the logistics department. As soon as he left, the martial artist in charge of the exchange office picked up the steel plate he had kicked and looked at it. After rubbing it for a while, he chuckled. The penetrating force is not weak. Puncture kick must have been learned not long ago. It has a certain amount of power. If the foot bones can be honed completely, then even rank 1 martial artists will have to be careful. If the honing was not completed, Fong Ping would have to bear the recoil when he kicked his opponent. There was a possibility that his foot bones would break. However, once the foot bones were honed, it would be a different story. The new students these days are getting stronger and stronger. I'm old now. I should just retire here peacefully. Chapter 110. In the latter half of September, Fong Ping kept a low profile. His glory at the beginning of the semester was gradually forgotten as the others performed well. The title of Newcomer King was no longer called by many people anymore. At the end of September, the ones who performed the best were the twice-honed martial artists. Zhao Lei had finished honing 40 bones. His speed did not slow down. In a month, he had honed 9 bones. Even Tang Feng was full of praise. Fu Chanding was not much slower. He had honed 38 bones. Among the girls, Yang Xiaoman had honed 38 bones. Chun Yinshi was a little slower, honing 37 bones. These people were the most influential people in the past month. Moreover, these people had joined the MCMAU Martial Arts Society. Fong Ping did not attend the recruitment. 3 points and 1 line. The dormitory, the academic building, and the training room. Other people could see Fong Ping during cultural studies. Other than that, they rarely saw him. Even when the class organized a few activities, Fong Ping did not join them. In less than a month, even the twice-honed new students who became martial artists were more famous than Fong Ping. Of course, Fong Ping did not care about that. Martial artists did not fight for fame, especially during the freshman phase. The instructors had already assigned the credits, so there was no need to show off. The one who interacted with Fong Ping the most was Zhao Xuemei. At the end of September, in the training room, Zhao Xuemei watched Fong Ping curiously as she practiced her puncture kick. At the beginning of the semester, she thought that this boy liked to be in the limelight. He was very high-profile and boastful. During this time, she realized that Fong Ping was very different from what she imagined. He was not talkative, and he was very calm. They were all young people. Even people like Zhao Lei could not help but talk big sometimes. They had a strong desire to show off. They were the ones who revealed how many bones they had honed. How else would outsiders know? However, Fong Ping never mentioned this. Lu Fengru did not ask either. She might have seen it, but she did not say anything. After interacting with Fong Ping for almost a month, Zhao Xuemei saw that Fong Ping was still cultivating alone. She could not help but ask, "Hey, how many bones have you honed? I have a name." Fong Ping smiled faintly and asked, "What about you?" 35. Zhao Xuemei did not hide it. She said disappointedly, "Back then, everyone was about the same, but I only honed 4 bones in a month. At first, I didn't think I was slow. After all, I had 31 bones honed. But who knew that it would get slower and slower?" "Then why didn't you twice hone your bones back then?" Zhao Xuemei snapped. "Do you think anyone can do it? I nurtured my vitality to 169 calories, but I just couldn't increase it no matter how hard I tried. It didn't work even if I took pills. Instead, my vitality went berserk, and I almost exploded. I had no choice but to break through. I became a martial artist with a vitality of 169 calories. That was why my bone honing speed was very fast in the beginning, so I did not take it seriously. When I entered MCMAU, I realized that compared to the others, I was much slower. Sigh, I really envy you guys. You're thrice honed, and it's been almost a month since you broke through as a martial artist. Your bone honing shouldn't be slow, right? Zhao Lei can hone 9 bones in a month. You should be able to hone at least 10. Something like that. Fong Ping gave a perfunctory reply. Zhao Xuemei was a little dissatisfied. In the bone honing stage, the difference of 1 bone was huge. Fong Ping did not want to elaborate, and Zhao Xuemei did not ask for details. She only said, "Everyone is actually quite curious about you. You don't usually show your face. Xiaoman and the others have been asking me about you." Fong Ping frowned slightly, then smiled. "Why are they asking me? Am I that handsome? Don't be so narcissistic. They won't be interested in you. They're different from me. They're strong and beautiful. We've just started school, and there are already many seniors who are pursuing them. Many of them are rank 3 seniors." Zhao Xuemei was a little envious. It was one thing to say yes or no, but for women, being pursued was also a manifestation of vanity, especially when they were rank 3 seniors. Rank 3, even in MCMAU, were not cabbages. Zhao Lei and the others had hopes of achieving rank 2 in their freshman year. They might not be able to achieve rank 3 in their sophomore year, but they still had a chance in their junior year. They might not be able to achieve rank 4 before graduating in their senior year. The chances of them graduating in rank 3 were very high. There were more than 6,000 students in MCMAU. Although there were many rank 3 martial artists, there were not too many. 100 or 200 of them would be enough. As for rank 4, there were less than 10 of them. Currently, there were only 2 rank 5 that everyone knew of. These rank 4 and rank 5 martial artists were not in school. They were called students, but in reality, they did not come to MCMAU much. Most of them were in other places. Currently, there were very few rank for martial artists in MCMAU. Zhang Yu, the president of the Martial Arts Society, a rank 4 student, was already one of the top people in MCMAU. Otherwise, Zhang Yu would not have been afraid of Wang Jinyang and chose to go into closed-door cultivation. Fong Ping heard the envy in her voice. He smiled and said, "It's not a big deal for rank 3 martial artists to pursue them. When you've achieved rank 3 or even rank 4, you'll see." Not to mention, Fong Ping paused before saying, rank 3 martial artists who are still in school pursuing girls are also just that. Zhao Xuemei looked puzzled. Fong Ping said calmly, "MCMU has a lot of missions. Where would they find the time to pursue girls? I know someone, Qin Fengqing, the vice president of the Martial Arts Society. This guy is lucky if he comes back to school once a month. He spends most of his time outside doing missions. I met him once when the semester started. Then I met him again yesterday. This guy had just come back, and he reeked of blood. When I came out this morning, I happened to see him carrying a bag and going out again. This is the rank 3 martial artist I imagined. Qin Fengqing could go from peak rank 1 at the beginning of the year to rank 3 now. If Fong Ping had thought it was luck before, he would not think so now. That guy was also a madman. Although he had definitely not completed honing his torso, Fong Ping felt that it should not be too far away. Actually, there were not many students who stayed in school after achieving rank 3. Even if they came back, it would be a short break and not a long stay. Lu Fengru's students were all rank 3. Until now, Fong Ping had not seen any of them. As for the one who stayed in school, Fong Ping had not contacted him. He did not know if he was still in school. These people matched Fong Ping's expectations. Rank 3 was very dangerous. As for the rank 3s who stayed in school, most of them had just achieved rank 3 and were not very motivated. At least they did not think of achieving rank 4 before graduation. Zhao Xuemei thought about it and felt that it made sense. Of course, it was mostly self-consolation. Zhao Xuemei did not continue the topic. She said, "There seems to be no news about your challenge with the seniors. Has it been canceled?" "No, it's set for tomorrow." Fong Ping smiled. "I'm going home. I can't be bothered to waste time with them." There was still a National Day holiday in October. It had been 2 months since he came to Magic City at the end of July. Fong Ping was ready to go home. "Tomorrow?" Zhao Xuemei was surprised. "Why didn't you say that?" "Say what?" "To cheer for you. You're my classmate, after all. We're even the same instructor. In other people's eyes, we'd be close. But you're not enthusiastic at all? Zhao Xuemei sighed. That's true. If it were Xiaoman or Yunxi, you'd be more enthusiastic. Fong Ping laughed. You're thinking too much. It has nothing to do with looks. Besides, you're not ugly. I'm still ugly. Zhao Xuemei snorted. I didn't mean it that way. Fong Ping smiled. Honestly, I'm not ugly. I'm just slovenly. Do you know what I mean? Female martial artists are women too. They have to dress up when they need to. You dress like a man all the time. Although Yang Xiaoman is handsome, I see that she also puts on makeup and pays attention to her clothes. Is that so? Zhao Xuemei glanced at her own clothes. There was nothing special about them. As for makeup, she was exhausted from cultivating every day. Who had the time to do it? Besides, if she sweated, it would all be gone. Fong Ping's words comforted her, though. Zhao Xuemei said, I haven't said anything about cheering for you. Where are we sparring tomorrow? I'll call Xiaoman and the others. It's best if you don't go. Why? Fong Ping exhaled softly. After a while, he said, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. The senior's challenge to him had caused quite a commotion in the beginning. Later, however, it had died down completely, as if it had never happened. The quieter it was, the more Fong Ping felt that something was wrong. If the whole school knew about it, it would be more likely for the seniors to vent their anger. At most, they would just humiliate Fong Ping and attack Wang Jinyang for a while. Right now, the commotion was minimal. Not many people knew about it. That was where the problem lay. If they could not humiliate Fong Ping openly, then there was not much point in defeating him. After all, Fong Ping had been keeping a low profile recently. No one even called him the newcomer king anymore. If the seniors wanted to show off their strength to the freshmen, they should look for Zhao Lei and the others. If that was the case, then what was the point of continuing the challenge? Was it purely to defeat Fong Ping? Fong Ping did not think so. Maybe these guys really wanted to kill him or cripple him. It was too bloody. Although the rules allowed it, it would not be good if too many people knew about it. That was why they kept a low profile. If there were fewer people, they could just say that they did not hold back during the sparring and that there was an accident. Anyway, no one saw it. Fong Ping, for example, did not see how Wang Jinyang chopped off other people's arms or injured them badly. Although he thought it was cruel, he did not think too much about it. Now, if he saw it live, he would feel differently. That was what he thought. Plus, Lu Fengru had mentioned it once. Fong Ping was extra vigilant now. He was not as calm as he appeared. Zhao Xuemei thought they were playing house and wanted to go and cheer. Did she think this was school allocation? During school allocation, it was no different from playing house. Everyone was fooling around. Even if Fu Chanding was ganged up on, he only suffered minor injuries. If the students really wanted to kill him, Fu Chanding would have been beaten to death. Fong Ping was just about to decline when Lu Fengru suddenly walked in from outside. She glanced at Fong Ping and nodded slightly. Not bad. Punctuation is considered a small success. Competition tomorrow? Yes. I'll go and have a look tomorrow. Don't embarrass me. As she said that, Lu Fengru looked at Zhao Xuemei and said, You and I will go together tomorrow. No need to invite anyone else. Just come by yourself in the morning. Thank you, instructor. Zhao Xuemei thanked her quickly and looked at Fong Ping with a hint of defiance. If you don't let me go, instructor will bring me along. Fong Ping did not bother to argue with her. Lu Fengru did not look at her either. She said casually, Xuemei, go back first. I'll talk to Fong Ping for a while. Zhao Xuemei did not delay. She packed her things and left. As soon as she left, Lu Fengru said, I've said everything that needs to be said. Be careful tomorrow. Don't worry about anything else. Once you're in the arena, life and death are up to fate. No one will intervene. If you can't beat them, you can admit defeat. If you do, I can intervene. I've asked around for you about the students who organized the challenge. The leader is Lu Yongwen, a rank 3 in his junior year. He has a younger brother who entered MCMAU last year. He's also a genius. By the end of the first semester of his freshman year, he had achieved peak rank 1. In the end, his sternum was shattered during the competition. He's still in the hospital and needs to recuperate for a year or two. This is the golden time for cultivation. If he delays for a few years, you can imagine that he'll be half crippled. That's all. Do as you see fit. Oh, right. Lu Fengru tossed a bottle to Fong Ping as she spoke. She said nonchalantly, a rank 2 vitality pill. You can have an outburst. Whether or not your body will explode depends on your luck. I think you can do it. Fong Ping thanked her immediately. Thank you, instructor. A rank 2 vitality pill was not cheap. Even in MCMU, it cost 20 credits to exchange for a rank 2 vitality pill. It was even more expensive outside. As soon as Fong Ping received the rank 2 vitality pill, his wealth increased by almost 500,000. According to the system's 70% discount, it could be sold for around 700,000 per pill. Even rank 2 and rank 3 martial artists did not use it often. Most of them used it when they were breaking through. As for Lu Fengru's earlier words, Fong Ping understood what she meant. It was probably old Wang's doing that his sternum was shattered during the competition. Lu Fengru did not say much. She turned around and was about to leave. Before she left, she thought for a while and asked, "Have you finished honing your feet?" "Yes." "Genius." Lu Fengru smiled. She shook her head and left without another word. In less than a month, he had honed 26 bones. If this was not genius, what was? If this went on, Fong Ping would enter rank 2 by the end of the semester. As for rank 3, it would not be long. Rank 3 in a year? Once he reached rank 3, he would be exposed to a wider world. She was afraid that Fong Ping would not be able to sit still. She had many students, but now many had died. Sometimes, Lu Fengru wished that they could slow down. That was why she did not push her students too much when she taught them. For example, Zhao Xuemei's bone honing speed was not too fast. Lu Fengru did not get angry and rarely criticized her. It might be better to progress step by step. Fong Ping's rapid progress might not be a good thing. Fong Ping did not care about Lu Fengru's attitude. He focused on his body's status wealth. 5410000 vitality. 261 calories. 269 calories mentality. 231 hertz. 239 hertz. These days, as his bone honing progressed, his vitality increased rapidly too. It had been less than a month since he broke through. When he first broke through, his vitality had increased by 30 calories. Of course, the consumption of wealth was also terrifying. This was the 500,000 increase in wealth from the rank 2 vitality pill. In reality, Fong Ping had used up to 6 million wealth for the 30 calories vitality. The main thing was not the consumption of vitality, but the bone honing. Bone honing required a lot of vitality. Fong Ping could progress so quickly because he constantly replenished his vitality. The remaining wealth points should be enough for me to complete the honing of rank 1. There were 62 bones in his lower limbs. He had just honed 26 bones in his feet yesterday. There were still 36 bones left, including large bones like the leg bones. Based on this situation, the remaining 5 million or so wealth would be almost used up after the honing was completed. Even if there would not be much left. I need about 100,000 wealth to complete the honing of one bone. I'm afraid it'll be more for rank 2. Zhao Lei and the others are progressing fast now, but later on, resources will probably run out. I'm afraid they'll slow down. Everyone had credits in the early stages, so their progress was not slow. Later on, when they ran out of credits, unless their families supported them or they completed missions on their own, their progress would definitely slow down. If resources continued, these people might achieve rank 2 next semester. If resources were cut off, that might not be the case. They might have to wait until their sophomore year. Don't worry about them. I'll just take care of myself. Chapter 111. October 1st, National Day. As the holidays approached, MCMEU became increasingly deserted. Last month, with the arrival of new students, MCMEU was bustling with activity for a while. Nowadays, many of the freshmen had chosen to go home. In the huge campus, there were times when one couldn't see a single person for a long time. North of MCMAU, there weren't many buildings in the northern part of the city. The most eye-catching building was a 6-story building that occupied dozens of acres of land. This was MCMAU Martial Arts Society headquarters. 8 o'clock in the morning. Yang Xiaoman laughed heartily and said, "Elder Sister Yin, I'll go back first. I'll come back when the holiday is over." Zhou Yin also smiled and nodded. Among the new students in this batch, Yang Xiaoman was the only one she could chat with. Zhao Lei was too arrogant, Fu Changding was too mischievous, and Qin Yunxi was too quiet. Among the new freshmen, Yang Xiaoman was the most cheerful and reliable of them all. Zhou Yin was happy to let Yang Xiaoman handle some things. Although the Martial Arts Society was the largest society in MCMAU, there were not many members. Many people were not in the Martial Arts Society at all. Now that Zhang Yu was in seclusion and the few vice presidents were busy with their own matters, such a huge responsibility had been thrown to Zhou Yin. The older students were more than happy to take the benefits and not work. Only the new students were easier to order around. As Zhou Yin accompanied Yang Xiaoman out, she smiled and said, "Although it's the holidays, you can't slack off when you go back." In the Martial Arts Society, other than the new students, the members were all rank 2. High-ranking club members were even rank 3. Even though you're still new students, you're the cream of the crop. Don't compare yourselves to ordinary students. You should upgrade to rank 2 as soon as possible. Well, I won't. Don't worry, Elder Sister Yin. While they were talking, more than 10 people came from the gate of the martial arts club. Yang Xiaoman was a little surprised. "Elder Sister Yin, is there a meeting today?" "No." Zhou Yin glanced at them. When she saw Lu Yongwen leading the group, she frowned slightly and said, "It's nothing. You should go back first. Don't delay the bus." The moment Lu Yongwen arrived, she knew what was going on. Today was the day when a few rank 1 martial artists would spar. In the Martial Arts Society, rank 1 was nothing. Sparring was not a big deal either. As the club that maintained order in the school, the Martial Arts Club was in charge of all the matches. The mentors were very busy and wouldn't care about this. Other clubs didn't have the right or the ability to manage this. Only the Martial Arts Club had the right and the ability to maintain order and prevent random fights between students. After all, MCMU was a school, the most advanced martial arts institution. If students randomly found a place to fight, this would seriously affect MCMU's reputation. Just as Zhou Yin finished speaking, Yang Xiaoman suddenly said, "Sister Yin, a tutor is here." When Zhou Yin heard this, she looked toward the door. Indeed, there were 4 or 5 instructors coming together from the main door of the plaza. "Teacher, what are you doing here?" Zhou Yin was slightly displeased. This was a rank 1 duel, and these instructors, who were at least rank 4, were troublesome. Once their students went up the stage to spar, and there was danger, anyone who interfered would be breaking the rules. This kind of thing was not unheard of. Therefore, the Martial Arts Club did not welcome these instructors who came to participate in the student spars. As the #1 society in MCMAU to maintain order, the Martial Arts Society had the responsibility and obligation to ensure the fairness of sparring. How much you pay, how much you enjoy. The Martial Arts Society did not just take the money and do nothing. As long as students sparred in the Martial Arts Society, even the instructors could not interfere. This was the iron rule. After taking a slight breath, Zhou Yin did not speak to Yang Xiaoman anymore and walked toward Lu Yongwen and the others. "Lu Yongwen, are you here for the sparring?" Lu Yongwen was a gentle young man. When he heard the question, he smiled politely and said, "Yes, Minister Zhou. We've applied in advance. Can the arena be opened?" "Yes." Although Zhou Yin was not the vice president, she was the minister of the Martial Arts Society's External Affairs Department. Now that the president was in seclusion and the vice presidents had disappeared, Zhou Yin was almost in charge of the Martial Arts Society. After responding, Zhou Yin glanced at the few instructors who were walking over and frowned slightly. "You informed the instructors." "Minister Zhou, you must be joking. The instructors have their own ideas. How would I dare to ask the instructors to do anything?" "Don't play dumb with me." Zhou Yan's tone was unfriendly as she snorted. "When you're in the Martial Arts Society, treat everyone equally. I'm warning you in advance. When you're in the Martial Arts Society, you must abide by the rules. It doesn't matter if you're an instructor or a student. Sparring is a matter for the students on the stage. Whether they live or die, before they admit defeat, no one is allowed to interfere. If anyone breaks the rules, don't blame me for being rude. Student Joe, you're so angry. One of the instructors who was walking toward them snorted softly, looking a little dissatisfied. Obviously, Zhou Yan's words were directed at them. Although Zhou Yan had just entered rank 3, the instructors on the other side were at least rank 4, and the leader was even rank 5. However, at this moment, Zhou Yan was not afraid at all. She said coldly, I wouldn't dare. These are the rules. Previously, there were instructors who interfered in the sparring between students. I don't want to repeat the consequences. Although the Martial Arts Society is a student organization, the school has given the Martial Arts Society the responsibility of maintaining order. No matter who it is, they must abide by it. The privileges of the Martial Arts Society do not come out of thin air. They are earned through the hard work of generations of members. If Instructor Zhang feels that it's inappropriate, you can appeal to the school. However, Instructor Zhang's students are participating in the sparring today. I'll say this in advance. I hope the instructors won't make things difficult for us. Humph! Instructor Zhang was a little angry. He said lightly, the Martial Arts Society is becoming more and more arrogant. Zhou Yan's expression suddenly changed. She said coldly, Instructor Zhang, do you think I'm joking? This is not a reminder, but a warning. If you dare to interfere, the Martial Arts Society still has 2 rank 5 students who have not graduated and 4 rank 4 students who have not graduated. If you dare to interfere, the Martial Arts Society will suppress you. When that time comes, we'll send you underground to guard for 10 years. Let's see if you still dare to say such words. Bastard. Then you can try. Zhou Yan's pretty face was filled with anger. Her tone was extremely cold. Forget about rank 5 instructors. So what if they were rank 6? The Martial Arts Society did not belong to Zhou Yan, nor did it belong to Zhang Yu. It definitely did not belong to MCMU alone. The students and the school jointly governed. This was a rule that had been passed down for generations. The abilities of the students who had not graduated were not strong. They were definitely no match for the instructors. However, the students who had graduated from the Martial Arts Society now had instructors, big shots in business and big shots in politics. It could be said that most of the famous people with great achievements in society had joined the Martial Arts Society. They had enjoyed the benefits of the Martial Arts Society. Even if they had graduated, they still had to contribute to the Martial Arts Society. If someone wanted to break the rules of the Martial Arts Society, even if they were at Grandmaster level, they had to think carefully. The person in question had not arrived yet, but the Martial Arts Society had almost gotten into a conflict with Instructor Zhang. At this moment, the other instructors could not remain calm. An instructor hurriedly tried to smooth things over with a smile. Minister Zhou, old Zhang did not mean that. Everyone knows the rules of the Martial Arts Society. We also came from the Martial Arts Society in the beginning. The interests of the Martial Arts Society are also our interests. Indeed, we are only here to take a look today. Zhou Yan's expression softened a lot. With a slight smile, she said, Instructor Liu, I was too harsh with my words just now. It's just that the president and vice president of the Martial Arts Society are not here now. I'm under a lot of pressure. The Martial Arts Society has not been established overnight. If anything happens in my hands, I can't afford to bear the responsibility. Arena number 1 has already opened. The instructors can go over and rest for a while. After saying that, Zhou Yan turned around and looked at the few members who had just arrived. She smiled and said, Go inform the vice presidents and see if any of them can rush back. All right, inform the president too. Also, Senior Chen seems to have returned from Tianan. Go ask if he's here. Tell him that we need Senior Chen to hold the line. Senior Chen was a rank 5 powerhouse in the Martial Arts Society. However, he was currently holding a position outside and rarely returned to the school. That was why he did not take the position of president. Just as she said that, Zhou Yan's pupils suddenly contracted. She gritted her teeth and said in a low voice, I'll inform the dean and ask him to come and hold the fort. The peak rank 6 Lu Fengru was here too. Zhou Yan's head was as big as a cow's. It was just a sparring between a few rank 1 martial artists. Was it necessary? If these people did not abide by the rules, the martial arts society would not be able to suppress them. If they broke the rules, even if they managed to get back at them later, it would mean that the martial arts society had lost face. The martial arts society could co-govern with the school. As the most authoritative society among the student bodies, it was best not to lose face if possible. Aside from Zhou Yan's headache, preparing to ask the dean of the School of Weaponry to hold the fort, the few instructors from before were also frowning. They did not expect this woman to be here too. Lu Fengru looked slovenly, as if she had just woken up. Zhao Xuemei followed behind her. As they walked toward the crowd, Lu Fengru yawned and said, "Why should I inform the dean? I'm not planning to cause trouble. It's just a rank 1 student. If he dies, so be it. It's not a big deal. Zhang Baru and the others won't dare to interfere. If they do, I'll kill them. Don't worry." The corner of Instructor Zhang's mouth twitched. He did not dare to say a word. Lu Fengru chuckled and said, "Don't worry, little girl Zhou. What I would say is set in stone. It's a sparring session. We have to follow the rules. No exceptions. Forget about a rank 5. Even if it's a rank 6 or rank 7. Who would dare to break MCMU's rules? Zhangguoru, do you dare?" Zhangguoru frowned and said, "Lu Fengru, Instructor Lu." Zhangguoru's scalp was numb from her stare. He said reluctantly, "We will definitely follow the rules. I've already said that I'm just here to watch. I have no other intentions." "That's for the best." As she said that, Lu Fengru frowned and asked, "Where's Fong Ping?" "He hasn't arrived yet." Zhou Yin shook her head. Since Lu Fengru had said so, although she still wanted to call the dean, she decided against it after thinking about it. Lu Fengru might be a little crazy, but she would rarely lie. If she said she would not interfere, then she would not interfere. If Zhang Guoru and the others dared to interfere, she would find an excuse to hack them to death. They would not dare to do so. This guy, Lu Fengru shook her head and did not say anything else. She strode toward the battle arena. The others followed her. Yang Xiaoman, who was about to go back, moved closer to Zhao Xuemei and asked in a low voice, "What's going on?" Zhao Xuemei was actually a little confused. She said softly, "Isn't Fong Ping going to spar with the seniors? I don't know why the instructor is coming. There are other instructors too." "I almost forgot about this." Yang Xiaoman patted her head. She remembered this before, but Fong Ping was elusive these few days. Everyone was talking about Zhao Lei, her, and the others. She had really forgotten about it. Now that she thought about it, Yang Xiaoman could not help but say, "Why does the atmosphere feel a little off?" Aside from the fact that several instructors had come, the Martial Arts Society's response was not quite right. Zhou was usually quite easy to talk to, but she had warned a few instructors as soon as she arrived. She had almost shed all pretense of cordiality. According to Yang Xiaoman's understanding of Zhou Yin, this senior's temper was actually quite good. Other than the Vice President Qin Fengqing, she was quite amiable to everyone. She was also very respectful toward the instructors. Today's scene did not seem to be one of respect. Zhao Xuemei was also confused. She said softly, "I don't know. Let's wait and see." Yang Xiaoman nodded and did not mention anything about going home. After they went to the battle arena, Fong Ping finally arrived. When he arrived at the Martial Arts Society, Fong Ping looked at the empty Martial Arts Society building and asked with a headache, "Where is everyone? Didn't they arrange a battle? They didn't even specify the location of the battle. Where am I supposed to find them?" They only mentioned the Martial Arts Society. The Martial Arts Society is so big, but there's not a single living person? Fong Ping looked helpless. After searching for a long time, he finally found a Martial Arts Society member. After asking for the location, he hurried to Battle Arena number 1. 7 or 8 minutes later, Fong Ping finally arrived at the place. Battle Arena number 1 was very spacious. There were spectator seats on all 4 sides and a ring in the middle. As soon as Fong Ping arrived, he felt that the atmosphere was not quite right. Everyone was looking at him. This made Fong Ping feel a little stressed. He laughed dryly. Sorry. I'm late. I couldn't find the place, and no one came to pick me up." Lu Fengru sneered and said nothing. Zhou Yin was a little speechless. As the person in charge of the martial arts society, she still stood up and asked, Fong Ping, as usual, let me ask you this first. Did you volunteer for this battle? Yes. There are a total of 4 opponents you want to challenge. They are all peak rank 1. Are you sure no one threatened, or used other means to force you? Fong Ping thought for a while and said, if I said yes, what should I do? Before Zhou Yin could speak, someone in the crowd said unhappily, Fong Ping, you were the one who accepted the challenge. Did anyone threaten you? Shut up, Zhou Yin shouted coldly. She tilted her head and said coldly, I'm asking Fong Ping. It's not time for you to speak. If you talk nonsense again, get out. Although the student who interrupted was a little indignant, he did not dare to say anything and quietened down. After scolding that person, Zhou Yin said, in MCMEU, sparring and deathmatches are not allowed. However, both parties must be willing. If one party is unwilling, then the challenge is not valid. If anyone forces you, you can come to the Martial Arts Society to file a complaint. We will handle it. MCMU will put everything under the light. We won't investigate dirty things in private, but if someone files a complaint, we will definitely handle it. Don't worry, the Martial Arts Society is a society that maintains order. Even instructors have no right to force students to do things they don't want to do. Fong Ping was a little speechless. Did the Martial Arts Society have that much power? To be honest, he was not very clear about these things. Seeing that some of the people on the grandstand were a little nervous, Fong Ping smiled and said, no one forced me. I'm willing. Then the challenge is valid. After saying that, Zhou Yin gestured for Fong Ping to enter the arena. She then said, we're all classmates. Sparring is the main thing. Don't overdo it. Of course, fists and feet have no eyes. Injuries are inevitable. Fong Ping is a new student. This time, he is facing a challenge from 4 people. He has priority and can propose reasonable conditions within the rules. Fong Ping, do you have any conditions? Fong Ping nodded and said yes. First, senior students can't use cold weapons. After all, it's just sparring. I'm afraid that seniors might accidentally hurt themselves. Second, I'm a new student. My strength is weak, and I have to challenge for people. That's why I want seniors to compensate me with a rank 2 vitality pill each to help me recover my vitality. Otherwise, I won't be able to continue. Third, cough, cough. Zhou Yin could not help but cough. What other conditions did he have? She interrupted Fong Ping and looked at Lu Yongwen and the others. What about you guys? Lu Yongwen frowned. After a while, he said 3 rank 1 vitality pills to recover your vitality. Otherwise, forget it. 4. Fong Ping said immediately. Lu Yongwen frowned again. After a while, he said, okay, but the intermission cannot exceed half an hour. No problem. Chapter 112. In the Central Arena. Soon, the first student went on stage. Fong Ping raised his hand, indicating that he wanted to speak. The young man opposite him frowned slightly and said in a low voice, speak. Senior Marshal Brother, what's your surname? Second-year student from the School of Weaponry. Chun Guolong. I'm just a little curious. I'm just a freshman, and I haven't offended many people. Why would you challenge me? Of course, I know the general reason, but I still want to ask, was Senior Chun also beaten up by NMAU's Wang Jinyang? Chun Guolong frowned and did not reply. Fong Ping continued, of course, I can understand even if you've been beaten up before, but Wang Jinyang and I aren't the same person. Even if he had given me pointers on martial arts, there was no need to treat me as a substitute, right? Senior Brother Chun isn't really going to hurt me, is he? Chun Guolong continued to remain silent. Fong Ping said unhurriedly, it's true. I've always been a civilized person. I don't know much about martial arts, and I've only fought a few times. I'm still a good student. If my senior brothers want to beat me up to vent their anger, I'll accept it. Could he not slap his face? Also, don't let me get injured too badly. I'm afraid I won't be able to afford the medical fees. Chun Guolong frowned. The crowd below the stage was displeased as well. Lu Fengru said impatiently, if you want to fight, then fight. If you don't want to fight, then admit defeat. Cut the crap. Fong Ping was not annoyed. He chuckled and said, "Can I admit defeat now?" Chen Guolong finally reacted. His eyes turned sharp as he said, "You want to admit defeat? Of course, you're a peak rank 1, and I've just broken through rank 1. Now that I've gotten the pill, it's fine to admit defeat, right?" Zhou Yin, who was below the stage, was also frowning. She said calmly, "Of course, you can admit defeat, but you have to think this through. Cowardice before the battle is detrimental to martial arts. There's no other way. There's seniors, and I'm a freshman. I don't know if they'll find an excuse to beat me to death. Admitting defeat is obviously the best choice." Below the stage, Lu Yongwen took a deep breath and said, "Fong Ping, what are you trying to say? This must be Senior Lu, right?" Fong Ping laughed. "Actually, I don't want to do anything. I just want to ask, are you guys prepared to kill me? We're all smart people. If you have this idea, then just say it. If that's the case, I'm also prepared," Lu Yongwen said coldly. "Accidents happen all the time in a duel. No one wants to kill anyone. When Wang Jinyang first came to MCMEU, he did not want to kill anyone either. But sometimes, there's no holding back. No one can blame anyone." "I understand what Senior Lu is trying to say." Fong Ping nodded and said with a grin, "In this way, I don't have any psychological burden. Really, I'm a very honest person. I've been afraid of killing a chicken since I was young. Wang Jinyang told me a long time ago that martial arts must be fought, but how? I don't understand. I just want to practice martial arts quietly and fight for more resources. Isn't that fighting? My mentor also said that we should fight when it's time to fight. We should change our mentality and not be like a weak chicken. I don't think I'm a weakling. I'm just not used to it. I thought that since we were all fellow students, there wouldn't be too much of a conflict between us. In other words, it was my first time meeting my seniors. Your grudge with Wang Jinyang should have nothing to do with me. But now, he should be venting his anger, right? I didn't offend anyone. Fong Ping, enough." The crowd below the stage was getting impatient. Was this guy still a martial artist? Why was he spouting so much nonsense? Fong Ping sighed and thought to himself, "I'm not spouting nonsense. I'm just saying it for myself. I value my life too much. I value my life so much that I felt that Huang Bin was going to cause trouble for me, so I went after him first. I value my life so much that I've never killed anyone, and I don't dare to kill anyone, but if someone wants my life, I'll definitely fight back. How can I fight back? If I kill the other party won't want my life anymore." But they were all students, young people with no grudges between them. Was it worth it to kill someone for no reason? Fong Ping did not know if it was worth it, but he could feel that in the eyes of others, life and death were as simple as that. It doesn't matter if it's a personal dispute or venting their anger. Since Fong Ping is related to Wang Jinyang and I can't take revenge on him, then I'll take revenge on you. He did not know if Chen Guolong wanted to kill him, but it was a fact that Lu Yongwen wanted to find someone to avenge his brother. If Lu Yongwen himself could not go on stage, it meant that among those who went on stage, someone was representing Lu Yongwen, or they were all Lu Yongwen's executioners. "Sai, I really don't understand what you guys are thinking. Are all martial artists this crazy? You guys start fighting at the drop of a hat. I feel like I'm in a mental hospital. Enough." Chen Guolong was a little angry. He said in a low voice, "Do you surrender now? Or do you want to continue? If I surrender, you guys think I'm easy to bully and still want to cause trouble for me. So, I won't surrender then." Zhou Yin did not wait for him to finish. She said quickly, "Begin." As soon as she finished speaking, Fong Ping, who had been spouting nonsense, stepped forward abruptly. Fong Ping's first move was his most powerful puncture kick. His right leg struck quickly, making a buzzing sound as it was sucked out of the air. Chen Guolong's expression did not change. He raised his left arm to block, clenched his right fist, and advanced instead of retreating. He took a step forward, his right fist aiming straight for Fong Ping's throat. Bam! Fong Ping's right leg and left arm collided. Fong Ping's expression was normal, but Chen Guolong's whole body trembled. His left arm pushed outward forcefully, pushing away Fong Ping's right leg. Despicable. Chen Guolong let out a low roar. His left arm was already a bloody mess. Bone honing honed the bones. Even if the toughness of the skin increased, the improvement was limited. There was something wrong with Fong Ping's leg. Before he could take a closer look, Fong Ping quickly pulled his leg back. He cupped his fists, exerted force with his left leg, and shot up. In midair, Fong Ping clenched his fists and smashed them down. The brass knuckles smashed into the flesh of Chen Guolong's right arm. Chen Guolong roared angrily. His body straightened, his right arm raised, blocking Fong Ping's fists, and his left arm punched toward Fong Ping's chest. Fong Ping's upper body leaned backward in a strange position. His firm stance pole standing was at its peak, a roly-poly. With his body tilted, Chen Guolong's punch missed. The inertia caused Chen Guolong to lean forward slightly. Fong Ping did not make a sound, his body still leaning backward, and his left leg kicked toward Chen Guolong's crotch. Bastard! Chen Guolong's eyes were about to pop out of their sockets, and he retreated hastily. However, because he had lost the upper hand, his left arm was leaning forward, and his right arm had just blocked Fong Ping's punch. He could not retreat in time. Fong Ping's words were gentle, but his attacks were merciless. Without waiting for Chen Guolong to retreat from his attack range, his left leg quickly kicked toward his crotch. Chen Guolong knew that he could not retreat in time. He clamped his legs together, ready to clamp Fong Ping's leg between them. His right hand formed an eagle's claw, trying to capture Fong Ping's left leg. Once Fong Ping's left leg was caught by his right hand that had completed honing, Fong Ping's death would not be far. Fong Ping still did not make a sound, as if he did not know that his left leg had not been honed and could not break through the defense of Chen Guolong's right hand. Just as his left leg was about to reach Chen Guolong's crotch, Fong Ping's left leg suddenly landed heavily on the ground, and he used the momentum to leap up. His right leg was in the air, and the tip of his foot was aimed at Chen Guolong's temple. Ha! Chen Guolong felt like his guts were about to burst. He roared and retreated hastily. He had wanted to capture Fong Ping's left leg, but both his arms were leaning downward. He could not block it in time. Just as he was about to retreat, Fong Ping, who had been silent all this time, suddenly roared. His right leg moved like a shadow, and his vitality erupted at full force. He kicked Chen Guolong's temple. Pooh! The sound of a sharp object stabbing into flesh was heard. It was so soft that it could not be heard. Chen Guolong was still retreating due to inertia, but Fong Ping had already retracted his leg. Tisk-tisk. The sound of liquid spurting could only be heard after Chen Guolong had taken a few steps back. I'm sorry. I'm really scared of dying. Fong Ping took a few steps back and murmured in a low voice. He did not attack again. At this moment, Chen Guolong, who was standing opposite him, widened his eyes. The light in his eyes gradually faded. His temple was a mess of flesh and blood. An obvious hole had appeared. It was almost impossible for a martial artist of the three lower ranks to survive a kick to the temple from Fong Ping's alloy military boots. Cough. Chen Guolong might have wanted to say something else, but in the end, other than meaningless cough sounds, nothing came out. Bang! His body fell backward and smashed heavily into the arena. The entire arena was silent. I've killed someone, Fong Ping murmured in his heart. He did not look at Chen Guolong. In both his past and present lives, this was the first person he had truly killed. When Huang Bin died, he did not see it. When the evil sect martial artist died, he saw it, but he did not kill him. The sophomore standing opposite him was still very young, around 20 years old. Fong Ping did not want to kill someone. It took time to change one's mentality. But he did not want to die. He did not know if Chen Guolong would kill him, but he did not want to gamble. That was why he attacked with the intention of killing his opponent first. Below the arena, it was silent. Both sides seemed to have exchanged many moves, but in reality, they had changed their moves in an instant. The whole process took less than a minute. A fight between martial artists was that straightforward. Chen Guolong was dead. This peak rank, one martial artist had lost to Wang Jinyang at the beginning of the year. He was only injured, but his life was spared. Today, however, he had died at the hands of Wang Jinyang's junior. or rather his disciple. Someone's dead. Zhao Xuemei's face was pale. She did not expect someone to die at the start of a friendly match. This was completely out of her expectations. Yang Xiaoman, who was beside her, did not expect this either. Her face was pale. Was this still a friendly match? In the crowd, Lu Yongwen's expression changed slightly, but he did not say anything. In the arena, life and death were up to fate. Chen Guolong should have been prepared for this before he went on stage. Not bad, Lu Fengru said lightly. It's just a little lacking. His strength is a little lacking. Otherwise, he could have broken his left arm with the first kick and stabbed him to death with the second. An instructor beside her had an ugly expression. He gritted his teeth and said, "He's too ruthless." Lu Fengru did not respond. Zhang Guoru, however, took a deep breath and said calmly, "What a joke." Although they were on the same side, as he had said, if you wanted to kill someone, you had to be prepared to be killed. Chen Guolong's death could only mean that he was unlucky and lacking in strength. Beside him, an instructor said in a low voice, "Foot bone honing is completed. It's too fast. It's only been less than a month." Also, his boots are E-grade alloy boots. Unarmed, he's at a great disadvantage. Chen Guolong was too careless. He fell into a passive position right from the start. He was also lacking in reflexes and was confused by the feint. If he took the risk and didn't block the sneaky attack, he might have had a chance to turn the tables. Hindsight, Lu Fengru snorted. The instructor seemed to be talking about Chen Guolong, but he was actually explaining to the people behind him. Fang Ping killed Chen Guolong instantly, not because his strength far surpassed Chen Guolong's. The main reason was that Chen Guolong did not dare to attack Fang Ping at the risk of getting injured. If he had taken the risk and ignored the sneaky attack, Chen Guolong might have been able to kill Fang Ping with one punch. In the arena, members of the martial arts society quickly appeared and carried Chen Guolong off the stage, accompanied by a doctor. In reality, everyone knew that it was just for show. Fang Ping exhaled and restored his vitality and mentality to their peak. He suppressed the slight discomfort in his heart and turned to the audience. "I didn't mean to kill. My strength is limited. Fang Ping, there's no need to say this." Lu Yongwen interrupted him and said coldly, "Once you're in the arena, you're responsible for your own life. No one doesn't understand this principle. If you have the strength, take revenge. If you don't, admit defeat. This is MCMU's rule." No one forced Chen Guolong into the arena. It was his own decision. The three people behind him are the same. If you don't want to go, you can withdraw. Fang Ping was interrupted. After a while, he nodded and said, "I'm the one who's surprised. Let's continue." "You're not resting?" "No need. I've booked a ticket for the afternoon. I'll beat him to death and be done with it." Fang Ping grinned and said to the three people beside the arena, "Who's next? Let's finish this quickly." Confident, the second person was not afraid. He jumped onto the arena and said in a low voice, "School of Weaponry, third-year student Zhang Guowei. At the beginning of the year, Wang Jinyang broke half of my sternum. I haven't fully recovered even after a few months of recuperation. You know, in martial arts universities, if you can't cultivate for more than half a year and can't improve, it means that your martial arts path is cut in half. People like us have limited potential. We don't have strong families to support us, and we don't have powerful parents to back us up. If we stop cultivating, it means that our future is bleak. I had hopes of graduating from rank 3, but now I might be stuck at rank 1 for the rest of my life. Wang Jinyang is now peak rank 3, advancing toward rank 4. I have no hope of revenge in this lifetime." The battle between martial artists does not involve ordinary people. His parents, relatives, and friends are all ordinary people. He has no siblings. Since you, Fang Ping, accepted his teachings, it's only natural for me to seek revenge on you. You kill me, or I kill you. It doesn't involve anything else. It's just a matter of revenge and revenge. I don't have any martial artist friends or relatives. If I die, all the hatred will disappear. I understand. Fang Ping nodded and smiled. "That's more straightforward. I'm about the same as you. Wang Jinyang might not help me do anything, Even if you kill me, it shouldn't be too dangerous. Below the arena, Zhou Yin waited for both of them to finish before saying slowly, "Begin." As soon as she said that, both of them moved at the same time. Zhang Guowei had also honed his lower limbs, so his movements were agile. He quickly dodged Fong Ping's whip kick and swept his leg across Fong Ping's left leg. Fong Ping dodged hurriedly. Zhang Guowei pressed forward, forcing Fong Ping to a corner of the arena. Below the arena, Zhao Xiaomei was extremely nervous. She whispered, "Xiaoman, this time, will someone die?" Yang Xiaoman exhaled. Her face was pale as she nodded. She said softly, "Most likely." Both of them had made it very clear that their goal was to kill each other. Then Fong Ping is, I don't know. Zhang Guowei is a peak rank 1 after all. He's not as unprepared as before and underestimated Fong Ping. Both of them did not know what else to say. Both of them fell silent. As freshmen, they were not used to this kind of situation. They could not be indifferent and silent like the others. On the arena, Fong Ping narrowed his eyes. He did not fight his opponent head-on. He used his stance to retreat. A rank 1 martial artist vitality was limited. Outbursts could not last long. Zhang Guowei fought steadily, shrinking Fong Ping's space to retreat. His vitality was limited, and so was Fong Ping, especially since Fong Ping had not finished honing his bones. One of his limbs had not been completely honed. Fong Ping might not be able to last longer than him. 5 or 6 minutes later, Fong Ping's face was pale, and his steps were weak. Zhang Guowei did not advance rashly. He continued to shrink Fong Ping's space to retreat and did not give Fong Ping a chance to take medicine. After a while, Fong Ping's face became paler, and his limbs trembled slightly. Lu Fengru frowned slightly. Zhang Guoru said in a low voice, "His vitality is almost depleted." "Humph!" Lu Fengru snorted. Zhang Guowei was very steady. He did not give Fong Ping any time. Otherwise, Fong Ping could have taken the rank 2 vitality pill she gave him an outburst. Theoretically, a peak rank 1 vitality should last longer than Fong Ping. Although Fong Ping was thrice honed and his vitality was not low, it seemed that Fong Ping did not know how to control himself. His consumption was greater than Zhang Guowei's. Just as Zhang Guoru finished speaking, Fong Ping suddenly staggered slightly on the arena. But who here didn't have sharp eyesight? Zhang Guowei was the same. He seized the opportunity and pounced forward. He was prepared to take Fong Ping's kick head-on. After that kick, Fong Ping would die. However, he felt something was wrong just as he pounced forward. Fong Ping's pale face and his steps were weak, but his face turned rosy in an instant. The originally soft and powerless puncture kick suddenly exploded with a strong chi and blood energy. T. Zhang Guowei did not have time to think. How did Fong Ping suddenly have enough vitality? He was also a peak rank 1, but he could not hold on anymore. Fong Ping's consumption was greater than his. He could see that even if he consumed the pill instantly, it would be difficult to recover instantly. There was a digestion period. Unfortunately, Fong Ping did not give him the chance. Zhang Guowei wanted to shout surrender, but before he could say anything, Fong Ping kicked his heart with the tip of his foot. Fong Ping did not stop after the kick. He punched Zhang Guowei's left and right temples with both fists. Blood seeped out of Fong Ping's nose, mouth, and eyes. Even if Fong Ping had not honed his upper limbs, the strength of a thrice honed was not to be underestimated. A martial artist's skull had always been their weakest point without honing their skull. Thud! The light in Zhang Guowei's eyes faded. He fell to the ground, his head drooping. Off stage, Lu Yongwen and the others' expressions changed. Zhang Guoru frowned and whispered, "What happened?" A rank 5 martial artist would not be wrong about his vitality being depleted. However, Fong Ping's sudden recovery of vitality was what caused Zhang Guowei's death. 2 battles and 2 deaths. This was completely out of their expectations. The remaining 2 had not lost their will to fight when Chen Guolong died. Now they were obviously afraid. On stage, Fong Ping closed his eyes and panted. His heart was beating hard. Chapter 113. In the martial arts arena. The crowd below the stage frowned in surprise. On the stage, Fong Ping rested for a moment, then opened his eyes and said, "Continue." The look in Zhou Yan's eyes changed slightly. She asked in a low voice, "Aren't you going to rest for a while?" "I've booked the tickets." Since Fong Ping had said so, as a neutral referee, Zhou Yan stopped trying to persuade him. She turned to look at the two at the side of the arena. "You two still want to fight?" The two people below the stage were no longer as determined as before. When the doctor and the members of the martial arts club carried Zhang Guowei's body and passed by them again, their eyes were a little gloomy. After a while, one of them sighed and said, "I admit defeat. From now on, I will practice martial arts in peace. Whether it's rank 1 or rank 2, martial arts, maybe it doesn't suit me." The latter part of the sentence was barely audible. He was scared and cowardly. They were both rank 1, but he was at the peak of rank 1, while Fong Ping had just entered rank 1. However, after Fong Ping had consecutively killed 2 peak rank 1 martial artists, he did not dare to go on stage anymore. With that, the man turned around and left. After he left, there was only one person left in the arena. The last person was not a boy, but a girl. The woman looked a bit hesitant. She turned to look at Lu Yongwen, gritted her teeth, and prepared to step onto the stage. Lu Yongwen, who was below the stage, suddenly said, "Forget it, admit defeat." "Yongwen?" The girl was a little unwilling. She gritted her teeth and said, "I can do it." Lu Yongwen shook his head and looked at Fong Ping. She admitted defeat. Yongwen, the girl's relationship with Lu Yongwen was obviously not ordinary. Her eyes revealed an expression that was either relieved or regretful. She turned to look at Lu Yongwen and said resentfully, "If only I could use weapons today." Fong Ping said coldly, "What's with all the nonsense? If you want to fight, come on stage. Let's see if I can kill you." You're not fit to be a martial artist. How could there be so much chatter in the arena? If you want to fight, then fight. If you don't fight, then admit defeat. If you're not convinced, come up on stage. I've used up most of my vitalities. I might not be able to kill you." "Bastard. Enough." Lu Yongwen shouted softly. Zhang Guoru also frowned and said, "Qi Wei, that's enough. If you admit defeat, come down." A martial artist's greatest taboo was to not be cowardly when one's strength was not enough. Verbal cannons could kill, but it was built on the foundation of strength. Qin Fengqing could go around shooting firecrackers, and ordinary people couldn't kill him. Those who could kill him wouldn't kill him. However, Qi Wei's opponent was Fong Ping. He had just entered rank 1 not long ago, yet he had already killed 2 peak rank 1 martial artists. No matter how stubborn Qi Wei was, she could not hide the fact that she admitted defeat and did not dare to fight. Qi Wei's face darkened. She lowered her head and walked straight out. Did she still dare to fight? He might not dare. If Lu Yongwen had strongly requested it, she might have fought with her life on the line. However, Lu Yongwen had already admitted defeat on her behalf, and her heart had been relieved of that pressure. If she went on stage now, there was a high chance that she would be beaten to death. With the 2 challengers gone, the so-called sparring naturally came to an end. Lu Yongwen gave Fong Ping a long, hard look. He stood up and said, "My skills were inferior, so it's not a shame that I lost. But my younger brother was a genius like you back then. We had high hopes for him. Our family had higher expectations for him than for me, hoping that he could graduate from rank 4. Now, however, his injuries had yet to heal, and he could no longer maintain his peak rank 1. His vitality had dropped, and he had fallen to rank 1. Forget about graduating from rank 4, even rank 2 would be difficult. He might be stuck at rank 1 for the rest of his life." Lu Yongwen laughed self-deprecatingly. "I have no other intentions in saying all this. I just want to tell you that there's no right or wrong in a battle of martial arts. It's all about strength. If Wang Jinyang could cripple my brother, I can get someone to cripple you. Of course, the prerequisite is that there are rules. If the rules allow it, I'm more than happy to let you experience my brother's feelings. Now that your strength is comparable to a peak rank 1, let's forget about today's matter. When you reach rank 3, We'll talk again. Just as he finished speaking, someone suddenly walked into the arena and said loudly, "There's no need to wait for him to reach rank 3. I'm also rank 3. Lu Yongwen, I challenge you." Bang! A low sound of collision rang out in the arena. "It's you, Wang Jinyang. How dare you come to MCMAU?" There was a huge uproar in the arena. The students that Lu Yongwen had brought along glared at him. Beside the arena's entrance, Wang Jinyang was as calm as ever. He said lightly, "Lu Yongwen, do you accept the challenge?" "You, do you dare or not?" Wang Jinyang said calmly, "Come on stage. If I can't kill you in 3 moves, I'll kneel in front of MCMU's entrance for a month. I'll admit that I'm no match for those of the same rank in MCMAU." "Wang Jinyang," an instructor shouted coldly, "this is MCMAU, not NMAU." Wang Jinyang looked at the instructor who spoke and said calmly, "I'll definitely break through in 3 days. You can challenge me after a month. You'll be responsible for your own life and death." Arrogant. The rank for instructor was furious. "Stubborn words won't kill you. How dare you look down on MCMAU? I don't look down on anyone, but I'm not afraid of anyone. I've made it this far because I've sacrificed more than all of you." Wang Jinyang said calmly, "Now, as a rank 3, I challenge those of the same rank in MCMAU. Do you dare?" "Arrogant bastard. Accept the challenge. Let a peak rank 3 martial artist fight him." Some were indignant, some were indignant. Lu Yongwen's expression changed for a while, but he said nothing. The instructors frowned, but no one said anything. Peak rank 3 Wang Jinyang had disappeared for a period of time. Everyone thought that he was in closed-door cultivation to break through to rank 4. Who knew that he did not break through and came to Magic City instead? Right now, Wang Jinyang was a peak rank 3, half a step away from rank 4. Although MCMAU had students of this level, could they really be Wang Jinyang's match? Defeating a rank 1 could still be considered a joke. Rank 3 were elite students. If they were defeated by Wang Jinyang, MCMU would lose all its dignity. They would probably be facing real trouble. Wang Jinyang saw that the crowd did not respond. He was neither disappointed nor arrogant. He said calmly, "If you don't dare, then I won't force you. However, I am me, and others are others." Fong Ping is an MCMAU student, not an MAU. MCMAU is targeting a new student. Is this the style of an elite school? Wang Jinyang, this is a fair challenge. Fong Ping accepted it himself. Lu Yongwen frowned. Wang Jinyang tilted his head and looked at him. "All right, I'll let it go this time. If there's a next time, I'll challenge you fairly too. When I'm a rank 3, you don't dare to fight me. When I've just achieved rank 4, I'll avoid it. When I'm a peak rank 4, I'll come to MCMAU to block the entrance. I'd like to see if it's fair to kill all your rank for students." "Bastard!" Zhang Guoru scolded angrily. "Do you really think there's no one in MCMAU? Then let's fight." Wang Jinyang suddenly shouted, "Today I, Wang Jinyang, challenge MCMAU rank 3 students. I'll accept no one. Do you really think I won't dare to kill your MCMAU students?" "You, shut up." Lu Fengru, who had been silent all this while, suddenly shouted angrily and glared at Zhang Guoru. Wang Jinyang had defeated all the rank 3 students in the north. The vice presidents of Capital City Martial Arts University's Martial Arts Society were defeated instantly. How could they fight? In Capital City, Wang Jinyang did not kill them. If he had killed them today in MCMAU, the blood of rank 3 students would have splashed all over MCMAU. Zhang Guoru's face was red, but he said nothing. Wang Jinyang ignored him. He looked at Fong Ping on the stage and said, "In the future, if you think it's dangerous, you can reject it. My business has nothing to do with you. Don't worry about revenge. When I reach rank 4, if MCMU tries this again, I'll kill all the rank 4 students in MCMU. When I reach rank 5, I'll kill all the rank 5 students in MCMAU." Wang Jinyang's words were arrogant, but they were also reasonable. The instructors looked extremely embarrassed. Lu Fengru also frowned slightly. She said lightly, "Wang Jinyang, Let's not talk about the fact that Fong Ping is my student. Of course, I'll take care of him. Just talk about yourself. Do you really think you're invincible among your peers? You'll know once you try. You're really confident. No wonder you're the shit stirrer that the Martial Arts University Alliance pushed out. Lu Fengru smiled and said, as a martial artist, accepting challenges is a very common thing. I don't care about that. Wang Jinyang interrupted. Fong Ping's life and death have nothing to do with me. Whether he accepts the challenge or not has nothing to do with me. However, that's his own path. It's not something that I can influence. MCMEU shouldn't have used what happened to me to threaten him. I, Wang Jinyang, will take responsibility for my own matters. If anyone is dissatisfied, just come and find me. If there's a next time, I'll definitely keep my promise. Lu Fengru nodded slightly. You're right. Actually, it's just a bunch of trash whose essence, chi, and spirit have been destroyed by you. None of MCMU's true elites would do this. Qin Fengqing, CLA, Zhou Yin, none of these people have anything against Fong Ping. They have their own pride. Wang Jinyang said lightly, they wouldn't dare. The corner of Zhou Yan's mouth twitched. She muttered, you make it sound like we're afraid of you. Wang Jinyang heard this and looked at her. You can accept the challenge. You're crazy, Zhou Yin said impatiently. Don't be too arrogant. This is MCMEU Martial Arts Society. Who let you in? Me. At this moment, a lazy voice was heard. Qin Fengqing walked in lazily with his saber in hand. He yawned and said, I saw him at the station and invited him to come to MCMAU. I didn't expect to see such a good show. I said earlier, don't bother with these useless things. This guy isn't dead. He's still alive. If you want to fight him, challenge him directly. What's the point of all this nonsense? I can't beat him, or else I would have challenged him long ago. At this moment, Fong Ping, who had been silent all this while, suddenly whispered, Brother Wang, Qin Fengqing also said that he would challenge me when I'm rank 3. The corner of Qin Fengqing's mouth twitched. He swore I was just saying. Wang Jinyang glanced at him without saying anything. Finally, he looked at Lu Yongwen, who had an ugly expression on his face. You're rank 3 now. It's fine if you don't accept the challenge now. Don't think that I can't do anything to you now that I'm rank 4. Your father is also rank 4. If there's a next time, I'll fight to the death with your father. Wang Jinyang. Lu Yongwen's expression was so dark that it could drip water. He was no longer as gentle as before. He gritted his teeth and said, If not what? If not for the Grandmasters accompanying me, your father would have attacked me long ago? Wang Jinyang sneered. That's because I'm worth it. Compared to the lot of you, I, Wang Jinyang, am worth more. Then you'll have to accept your fate. After saying that, Wang Jinyang turned around and left. As he walked, he said, I won't be leaving Magic City for the next few days. Rank 3, be it MCMEU or anywhere else, you can come and find me. 3 days later, I won't accept any more rank 3 challenges. Of course, if you have a death wish, you can come. Old Wang left just like that, but Fong Ping sighed. Stealing the limelight. I've killed 2 peak rank 1 martial artists in my first battle. My momentum is at its peak. However, when Old Wang came, he was extremely overbearing. Even Lu Fengru did not care about this student anymore. She kept staring at Old Wang. Before this, Zhao Xuemei and Yang Xiaoman still looked at him with some fear and admiration. However, when Old Wang came, the 2 girls probably forgot that Fong Ping was still on the stage. What's this? Fong Ping mumbled, feeling a little relieved. He did not expect Wang Jinyang to come at this time. Moreover, he came in an unparalleled manner, directly challenging all MCMEU rank 3 martial artists. Even the rank 4 instructors dared not say anything when Wang Jinyang said that he would break through in 3 days and accept the challenge a month later. Wang Jinyang's fame was earned through fighting. Rank 1 swept Magic City. Rank 3s swept Northland. He was about to enter rank 4. As instructors of the same rank, could they defeat Wang Jinyang? A rank 4 martial artist was already a big shot. If they were suitable, they could become a city commander. Under such circumstances, not everyone had the courage to fight a martial artist to the death. Wang Jinyang left. Qin Fengqing smiled and followed him. Zhou Yin saw that the two gods of plague had left and cursed. Qin Fengqing must be out of his mind. He actually brought Wang Jinyang to the Martial Arts Society. Her mind was originally still on Fang Ping in the arena, but now she did not think about Fang Ping anymore. Killing two peak rank 1 martial artists was a little troublesome. However, no matter how troublesome it was, they were the ones who challenged Fang Ping, and it was a tag team battle. If they were killed in the end, they deserved it. Later, they could report that they died during training. It was not a big deal. The key was that Wang Jinyang was about to break through to rank 4, and the president had been in closed-door cultivation. Would these two fight? One was the president of MCMU Martial Arts Society, and the other was the president of Nanjiang Martial Arts Society. Their statuses were not lower than a city commander. If something happened to such a young middle-rank martial artist, it would be a pity if one of them died than if 100-rank 1 martial artist died. Everyone's mind was no longer on the arena. Lu Yongwen and the others did not say a word and left quickly. The other instructors also left in a hurry. No one mentioned Fang Ping again. After a while, outside the Martial Arts Society, Fang Ping said in a low voice, "Instructor, what should I do next?" "You," Lu Fengru said impatiently. "Don't you have an afternoon ticket? Go home. What else can you do? It's good to go home now. It's your first time killing someone, right?" "Yes. You'll look okay, but you won't feel good inside. Go home and spend some time with your family. You'll get used to it. Come find me when the holidays are over. I'll make arrangements." Then Wang Jinyang, him? Lu Fengru thought for a while before saying, "He's made a name for himself. It's fine if he's in the lower 3 ranks. Once he's in the middle 3 ranks, he'll be considered someone. This kid has big plans. He probably came to Magic City at this time to find some opportunities to prepare for his breakthrough to the middle 3 ranks. When he's in the middle 3 ranks, if he's not willing, there aren't many people who can use him as a pawn." Speaking of which, Lu Fengru glanced at Fang Ping and said with some disdain, "Both of you are only 1 year apart, but the gap is too big. He dares to suppress MCMEU students to the point that they don't dare to speak, and you're even scheming against a rank 1 martial artist?" Fang Ping was dumbfounded. Was he being looked down on and criticized? Chapter 114. Lu Fengru seemed to have something to do and left early. Soon, the others disappeared, leaving only the 3 freshmen looking at each other, unsure of what to say. Zhao Xiumei looked at Fang Ping with some fear. Yang Xiaoman had forgotten about the incident earlier. She asked softly, "Was that NMAU's Wang Jinyang?" Wang Jinyang was the most famous student in normal martial arts universities in recent years. Yang Xiaoman and the others had heard of him before, but they had never seen him in person. Plus, after entering MCMAU, everyone was a little arrogant and did not think that Wang Jinyang was anything special. However, what happened today had subverted their imaginations. In the MCMU Martial Arts Society, a normal peak rank 3 martial arts university student had dominated the entire arena. Zhou Yin and the others were usually easy to talk to, but from how she had intimidated Zhang Guoru today, it could be seen that they were not easy to deal with. What happened in the end? When she met Wang Jinyang, who had beaten her up before, she only said a few words. As for Wang Jinyang challenging a rank 3 MCMU student, she pretended not to hear it. For a moment, the 2 women felt that this was how a real man should be. Fang Ping was speechless. After a while, he said, "I killed someone just now." "Oh, ah." Zhao Xiumei suddenly came back to her senses. She looked at Fang Ping with some fear. You were a little too harsh." Fang Ping's face darkened. "So, old Wang was a man, and he was harsh when he killed someone?" Fang Ping could not be bothered with her and walked away. Zhao Xiumei seemed to feel that something was wrong. She hurriedly chased after him and explained, "I didn't mean that. It's just that." She wanted to say that they were all students. They were still young and had a bright future ahead of them. However, after thinking about it carefully, Chen Guolong did not know that Zhang Guowei had said he would kill Fang Ping. If that was the case, it did not seem wrong for Fong Ping to kill him. Fong Ping shook his head. It's okay. I'm not used to it either. I didn't want to kill anyone. Even if I don't kill, I can't just stand by and watch if someone wants to kill me. Once you're in the arena, your life and death are beyond your control. This is not a simple sparring match. This won't happen again. It was not only because of him, but also because of Wang Jinyang. Lao Wang had already said that if others were to be implicated because of him, he would challenge a rank 4 if he was a rank 4 and a rank 5 if he was a rank 5. Furthermore, it was obvious that they were going to fight to the death. Under such circumstances, everyone had to weigh their options carefully. In a situation where Wang Jinyang was still invincible among his peers, not many people would try. Zhao Xuemei nodded. She hesitated for a moment, then whispered, "What does it feel like to kill someone?" When Chen Guolong died, he wasn't used to it. His legs were a little weak. However, it wasn't like he hadn't seen dead people before. In addition, he died quickly, so he felt much better after a while. When I beat Zhang Guowei to death, I hypnotized myself that a martial artist dying in the arena was also a kind of final destination, so I wouldn't feel so bad. Your mentality is really strong. Zhao Xuemei, who was usually loud and boisterous, spoke in a much quieter voice today. She sighed and said, "Did you bring me here to tell me that this day will come sooner or later?" "Maybe." Fong Ping sighed and said, "Martial artists face death more often than not, especially rank 3 martial artists. You've seen it. Whether it's Zhou Yin or Lu Yongwen, including those instructors, they've all experienced life and death situations. They feel pity and sorrow for their students' deaths, but they're not afraid. Not afraid of death. Maybe that's what it means to be a martial artist. But the martial artists I know aren't like that. Casual martial artists? No, they also graduated from martial arts universities, but now they're doing clerical work. That's right. I've heard people say that in martial arts universities, students below rank 3 are actually very safe. Today is an exception. These students, after they graduate, mostly do clerical work. When outstanding students graduate, they usually enter the Department of Investigation Services, the military department, or something else. There are very few government clerical jobs. Fong Ping now understood some things. In martial arts universities, students below rank 3 were still safe. Even if he really did not accept the challenge, Lu Yongwen and the others could not do anything to him in school. If he went out, he would also be bound by the law. The reason why Fong Ping accepted the challenge was that he hoped it would be less troublesome. He wanted to intimidate some people so that those of the same rank would not dare to cause trouble for him. He had a lot of things to do. He did not have time to waste with these people every day. Now it seemed that the effect was even better. Zhao Xuemei did not know what to feel, so she did not ask any more questions. She did not ask, but Yang Xiaoman, who had been following him, asked curiously, "Fong Ping, when you fought Zhang Guowei, your vitality was clearly depleted." Fong Ping turned to look at her, frowning slightly. "Didn't your instructor teach you not to pry into other people's secrets when you entered martial arts university? Your family should be well off, and there are martial artists in your family. Didn't your parents teach you that? Every martial artist has their own path. Prying into other people's secrets will make you a mortal enemy. Understand? Don't pry into these things in the future." Yang Xiaoman was a little too curious. Zhao Xuemei had mentioned before that she was asking about him. Fong Ping had thought that she was in cahoots with Lu Yongwen and the others, and was purposely trying to pry into his information. Now it did not seem like it. Maybe she was really curious. However, this kind of behavior was not worth encouraging. Which martial artist did not have secrets? Fong Ping had them, Lu Fengru had them, Wang Jinyang had them, and every Grandmaster Powerhouse had them. Some things were not said, and even the instructors would not ask. Lu Fengru, for example, did she not notice that Fong Ping's vitality had suddenly recovered? She did not ask anything. Instructors were only responsible for teaching and answering questions. The students' secrets were their own business. Yang Xiaoman's expression changed after being scolded. She was about to say something when Zhao Xuemei tugged at her arm. This was a guy who had killed before. Among a group of new students, martial artists who had seen blood and martial artists who had not were different. Yang Xiaoman pouted and did not say anything else. Fong Ping did not care about them and left quickly. After he left, Yang Xiaoman said angrily, "What's with the arrogance? I'll deal with him sooner or later. I'll take revenge." As for what revenge, of course it was for the chest attack during the school allocation. "Brother Wang, where are you?" "Magic Martial Hotel." "Huh?" Fong Ping was stunned. Old Wang was really arrogant. He actually went to Magic Martial Hotel. This was MCMAU's territory. Was he really waiting for MCMAU students to challenge him? Fong Ping did not ask further. He hung up and walked out of the school. He had a lot of questions to ask old Wang. 10 minutes later, Magic Martial Hotel, the restaurant. Wang Jinyang was eating, accompanied by Qin Fengqing. While eating, Qin Fengqing greeted him warmly. "Junior, let's eat together. You're hungry, right? You fought well today, but you didn't kill them all in one go. These people are so bored. Rank 1 and 2 students don't cultivate hard but cause trouble every day. Do they really think no one can control them?" As he said this, he had obviously forgotten himself and Wang Jinyang. These rank 1 and 2 students were not idle either. Of course, they rarely fought among themselves. Most of them accepted missions and earned credits. Wang Jinyang did not say anything. After Fong Ping sat down, he said, "I already knew about your challenge." "Oh, you're not surprised? After all, I was the one who brought you trouble. If I had appeared from the start, you might not have had to fight." Fong Ping smiled. "It was my own decision. No one forced me. When I went on stage, the Martial Arts Society even asked me. I accepted the challenge because I was unhappy. Why did they have to cause trouble for me? I also wanted to try and integrate into the martial artist community." Wang Jinyang smiled faintly. "Then, in your opinion, what is the martial artist community like? Indifferent to life and death?" Fong Ping said subconsciously. Wang Jinyang humped suddenly. "Nonsense. Who isn't afraid of death? No one isn't afraid of death. No one can be indifferent to life and death. Grandmasters are the same. In your eyes, martial artists are indifferent to life and death, brave and ruthless? The reason you have this illusion might be because you don't have much contact with them. These people today might not have the heart to kill you. What's more important is the unwillingness of the losers. Martial artists are a group of people who seek to be strong and live. Their path to strength was cut off by me. That's why they are resentful and unwilling, but it doesn't mean that they don't want to live." As he spoke, Wang Jinyang put down his bowl and chopsticks. He said slowly, "I didn't show up before your challenge because I wanted you to understand that blindly giving in is not the path of a martial artist who seeks to be strong and live. Even if I didn't do anything with your situation, you would soon be involved in some dangerous missions. Instead of being beaten to death outside, it's better to change your mentality in school and experience the fear of life and death. You're not a coward. When you were an aspiring martial artist, you dared to plot against peak rank 2 Huangbin. This shows that you're brave and not stupid. However, you're lacking something. At least you lack some drive. You don't have to have it, but you can't not have it. When you're out on missions, you'll often encounter vicious people. These people won't waste time talking to you. If you want to kill them, they'll kill you. That's why it's good for you to see blood first. Of course, if you're really beaten to death, that's your problem. I won't feel guilty. You've improved too quickly. If you didn't die this time, you might die next time. There's no need for the living to feel guilty for the dead." Fong Ping was speechless. Were these words really appropriate? Qin Fengqing said vaguely as he ate. "The rank 1 and rank 2 students in school rarely see blood. This is actually a disadvantage. When they reach rank 3, some are still clueless. Every time they go on a mission, a lot of them die. Instead of dying in obscurity, it's better to die and gain some experience for others when you're in rank 1 and 2. Of course, no one wants to die in vain. However, you're not to blame for what happened today. They died in vain. There's no need to think too much about it." Qin Fengqing and Wang Jinyang were actually comforting Fong Ping. However, they were not very good at comforting people. Fong Ping did not say anything. He changed the topic. Brother Wang, are you going to break through? Yes, in a few days. Then why did you come to Magic City? Wang Jinyang shook his head. It's not what you think. I'm not interested in finding trouble with students. I had no choice but to show up for the 3 lower ranks. However, I'm not the weakest even among the instructors when I'm in the 3 middle ranks. I came to Magic City this time because I have something to do. Those people from MCMU thought I came to provoke them. They're thinking too much. Qin Fengqin grinned. I invited him. There's a big mission to do this time. This guy is strong enough. We're going to make a big profit. Wang Jinyang did not deny it. He only reminded him, you're too weak. Don't blame me if you die. Do you think I'll die so easily? Qin Fengqin did not think much of it. I've courted death so many times. When have I really died? After I reap enough benefits this time, my torso will be almost honed. Even if I'm not as good as Wang Jinyang, there's still hope for me to achieve rank for by the end of my junior year. Fong Ping felt much more relaxed after knowing that Wang Jinyang was here to do a mission. He thought that Wang Jinyang was here to challenge him again. Although old Wang was strong, Magic City was full of hidden dragons and crouching tigers. No one knew if there were stronger martial artists of the same rank. Seeing Fong Ping heave a sigh of relief, Wang Jinyang smiled. There are some things you don't have to think too much about. You can't get involved now. The competition between normal martial arts universities and famous schools is the Grandmaster's business. If they need us to be their weapon and there are enough benefits, then we'll be their weapon. If there are no benefits, then they'll let you be their weapon. So what if you're a Grandmaster? Ignore them. Back then, those rank 1 martial artists in Magic City did not do anything without benefits. They promised credits and pills in large amounts. In the end, I got hurt after taking the benefits. This is what I expected. Who would take the benefits without doing anything? Just remember this. Martial artists don't kill people for no reason. There are rules and laws in this world. Grandmasters can't force you to do anything. Look at me now. I'll give you benefits and see the situation. If it's not dangerous, I'll do it. If it's dangerous, I won't bother. Of course, if you're too stupid and fall into someone's trap, then you can only blame yourself. This time, the new students in MCMU were also tricked by Lu Yongwen. Qin Fengqin said disdainfully, Lu Yongwen only knows how to do this kind of bullsh**. If I really meet him underground, I'll kill him with 1 slash. Cough. Wang Jinyang coughed softly, interrupting him. He turned to Fong Ping and said, your mission now is to cultivate in peace. You can accept some small missions, but don't be overconfident and challenge those impossible missions. Slowly accumulate experience and increase your strength. MCMU has good conditions. Here, you can get what you need with the least amount of effort. As for the rest, wait until you're strong enough. Also, in a martial arts university, although what I said might be a little heartless, you better remember to pay more attention to instructors and classmates. If they ask you to do something, you can do it. Favors are useless. You have to get practical benefits. If the benefits are not enough, or if the effort is not proportional to the reward, don't just agree to it. Increasing your strength is the most important thing. When you're dead, a favor is worthless. I rarely do favors, even for grandmasters. If there are benefits, I'll give them first. I'll increase my strength and my ability to protect myself. When I become a grandmaster in the future, I'll sell a favor. That will be much more than what I have now. It's a little utilitarian, but it's also from my experience in the past year. Fong Ping nodded slightly. He was not surprised that Wang Jinyang had such an idea. Everyone in the world came for benefits. Even if he himself had interacted with Wang Jinyang, it was also because of benefits. Most of the others were like that. Unless they were close to each other, who would give too much for an outsider? Thinking of this, Fong Ping felt like going home. After being away for 2 months, it was time to go back and take a look. He could also relax. During his time in MCMAU, he had been a little depressed. After that, the 3 of them did not talk too much. Wang Jinyang and Qin Fengqin gave Fong Ping some pointers on cultivation. Lu Fengru had mentioned some things, but not others. There were pros and cons of rank 6 instructors. The pros were that they were knowledgeable and farsighted. The cons were that they were too far away from rank 1 and 2. Some details were easily overlooked. Chapter 115. At the train station, Fong Ping casually pinched a hand that was reaching for him. The other party's wrist instantly turned purple. The result was surprising. The other party did not fight or pull out his saber. Instead, he bowed and looked at Fong Ping with a pleading expression. Fong Ping shook his head slightly and let go of the other party. When he saw that the other party ran faster than a rabbit, even a few fellows who seemed to be his accomplices disappeared in the blink of an eye. Fong Ping could not help but sigh. The world was different now. Thieves were living a miserable life. In a world of martial artists, no one knew if the people around them were martial artists or not. If a random thief met a martial artist, no matter how brave or ruthless they would have to admit defeat. Obviously, Fong Ping's random pinch had made the other party realize that he might have met a martial artist. The train station incident was just an interlude. At 4:20 p.m., Fong Ping arrived at Sun City train station without a hitch. When he returned to Sun City and walked out of the train station, Fong Ping could not help but sigh. He remembered the first time he met Wang Jinyang. The other party was also full of emotions. At that time, Fong Ping could not understand this feeling. However, this time, although Fong Ping did not carry out any missions and did not experience too many life-or-death situations, he had killed 2 young martial artists with his own hands a few hours ago. A small city like Sun City was always so peaceful and relaxed. Martial artists were high above everyone else, but they were far away from everyone's lives. There might not even be a murder case in the whole year. Did anyone know that Wang Jinyang was famous in the outside world? Did anyone know that Fong Ping had not only become a martial artist, but also killed 2 peak rank 1 martial artists? No one knew. They only knew about the big news on the internet. They knew that Grandmaster Ma from Penguin had broken through to rank 8, and that Master Ma from Tanuki had officially become a Grandmaster. In their eyes, the world was only that big, and martial artists were that simple. This is good too, Fong Ping murmured softly as he stood outside the train station. After entering a martial arts university for a month, Fong Ping was not completely clueless about some things. Every year, many martial artists died. Every year, martial artists committed crimes due to madness and stress, creating suffocating, bloody tragedies. However, these things were hidden by the higher-ups. Among them, martial arts universities were also doing their best to cover it up. If this was his past life, Fong Ping would definitely have said a few words to the keyboard warriors. This was to deprive them of their right to know. However, in this life, Fong Ping felt that this kind of thing should be kept a secret. Ordinary people lived ordinary lives, happy and comfortable. Even if they weren't too rich, no one had ever starved to death. What good would it do to spread this news? Other than creating panic, it was completely useless. If they really encountered a ferocious martial artist, ordinary people would not be able to resist, and there would only be more casualties. If you don't know, even if you meet these evil people, they might not bother with you. If the sky fell, there were the tall ones to hold it up. If the tall ones could not hold it up, there were the low-level martial artists like Fong Ping. Even Fong Ping and the others could not take it anymore. When that time came, it would be time for the people to obtain the right to know, because even the special classes could not take it anymore. It might really be the end of the world. These thoughts flashed through his mind. Fong Ping shook his head and stopped thinking about it. He strode home. Scenic lake gardens. At the main entrance, Fong Ping had just reached the door when someone exclaimed, "Fong Ping." When Fong Ping heard the voice, he was instantly gratified. A bright smile appeared on his face. This girl, she actually came to the door to pick me up. I didn't say I would be back today. Siblings were siblings and relatives were relatives. Even if they did not know that he was coming back, they would still look forward to it and wait for him. Fong Ping was greatly gratified. He had originally wanted to pinch that chubby round face, but now he was a little embarrassed to do so. "Fong Yuan, you've grown up, but you don't have to pick me up. Your brother is a martial artist now, so I can carry a small suitcase up easily. Fong Ping praised his sister as he walked toward Fong Yuan. Fong Yuan looked like she had seen a ghost. She said nervously, Fong Ping, why did you come back in the afternoon? There are many people in the morning and fewer in the afternoon. It's good to come back in the afternoon. Oh, it's good. Fong Yuan swallowed and said hurriedly, you didn't even give us a call before you came back. Seriously, let's go upstairs. Fong Ping smiled. There's no rush. How long have you been waiting here? Seriously, it's quite hot now. You could have just waited at home. Big sis. Sister Fong, we're here. Big sis, we must teach those guys from Fuzhong a lesson today. How dare those be starred steal our territory? Big sis, you even found a boy. It's not good for a boy to get involved, is it? You should find someone stronger. This one looks a little skinnier, doesn't he? Fong Ping. Fong Ping turned his head to look and saw 7 or 8 girls about the same age as Fong Yuan skipping toward them. Although they were young, their words were enough to make one's imagination run wild. Big sis? Fong Ping's face turned as black as the bottom of a wok. What happened in the 2 months I was away from home? Round face has become a big sis. Does this mean that she was not waiting for me, but for these girls to steal our territory together? What the F***ck did I miss? Fong Yuan looked like she was about to break down. She said with a long face, if I told you that this is a misunderstanding, would you believe me? Huh? Brother, let me explain. Brother? As soon as Fong Yuan said brother, one of the girls exclaimed in surprise, Big Boss Fong is back. We have someone to rely on. Brother Ping is back. Brother Ping is a martial artist. Our Yuan Ping Club is going to be famous. Hello, big brother. The little girl shouted excitedly. Someone noticed that something was wrong with Fong Yuan's expression. The 2 people who were close to her suddenly screamed, Run. Brother, we got the wrong person. We're not here for round Yuan. Run. Why are we running? Why are you asking? Let's run first. The girls were in a hurry. Fong Ping did not even have time to speak before they disappeared in a puff of smoke. The corner of Fong Ping's mouth twitched. Suddenly, he reached out and pinched Fong Yuan's cheek hard. He said with a half-smile, Not bad. You've grown up, big sis. Since when did round face become a big sis? Yuan Ping Club. Yuan Ping Club. I'll let you be a big sis. I'll let you be a little girl. Fong Ping was flustered and exasperated. He pinched his sister's cheek and knocked her head. How long have I been gone? This girl is out of control. F***ck. I'm wrong, brother, I'm wrong. Fong Yuan's cheek was pinched. She looked gloomy and began to explain vaguely. Wrong my A***s. I saw it with my own eyes. Fong Yuan, you've grown up. Your brother doesn't even dare to be the boss in a martial arts university. But you're better than me. Also, I'm your big brother. What's the meaning of Yuan Ping Club? Why isn't it called Ping Yuan Club? No, whatever club it is, shut up. Fong Ping pinched his sister's cheek with one hand and dragged his suitcase home with the other. Fong Yuan hurried to catch up pitifully, her heart full of resentment. Who knew you'd come back today? Also, I founded the club, so of course my name should be in front. Also, can't you stop pinching my face? Can't you talk nicely? When they reached home, Fong Ping did not open the door himself. He continued to pinch his face with one hand and carry his suitcase with the other. Open the door. Fong Yuan rolled her eyes. You're addicted to pinching, aren't you? Unfortunately, she was not as skilled as him and had been caught red-handed. Fong Yuan had no choice but to take out her keys to open the door. As soon as the door opened, Fong Ping heard his mother's voice. Yuan, you're back? Mom, it's me. Ping Ping? Li Yueying hurried out of the kitchen. When she saw Fong Ping, she said joyfully, I thought you weren't coming back. I asked you yesterday, but didn't you say you weren't sure? Really? You didn't even give me a call when you came back. I'll call your dad and ask him to bring some braised food back later. Mom? Fong Yuan, who had been ignored, looked aggrieved. Can't you see that Fong Ping is pinching my face? My face is almost swollen, and you're still not going to save your daughter? Li Yueying seemed to have just seen her daughter. She did not know whether to laugh or cry when she saw the siblings quarreling as soon as they met. "What's going on?" Fong Ping said helplessly. "Mom, you have to keep a close eye on this girl. Guess what I saw downstairs just now? She's going to turn the world upside down. This girl started a club and even wants to fight for territory." "You mean that Yuan Ping Club?" Li Yueying's words made Fong Ping's jaw drop. "So, even their mom knew about it?" Li Yueying said helplessly. "She needs to be taught a lesson. There's nothing I can say about this girl. She's still so young, yet she insists on setting up a stall with her classmates. She even has to fight for the stalls every day. Even the teachers in school know about it. You said it's a work-study program, but you could have set up a stall somewhere else. But these girls insist on setting up a stall in school, and the teachers are already complaining. You're already in the 3rd year of middle school. You should be preparing for high school. You don't need that bit of money at home. So it's good that Ping Ping came back to talk about it. This girl is so disobedient now. Setting up a stall? Fighting for stalls?" Fong Ping was stunned. What was going on? He let go of his sister's cheek instinctively. He seemed to have misunderstood something. Fong Yuan rubbed her cheek gloomily and said pitifully, "Fong Ping, I just sold you a few things, right? Do you have to pinch me until now? You don't need it anymore. I'm recycling trash and opening up a market. Shut up." Fong Ping scolded. He said impatiently, "I told you long ago not to do these things. You're messing around again. It's not enough that you're messing around, and now you're bringing your classmates along. Didn't you hear, Mom? Even the teachers are complaining." Fong Ping went with the flow and quickly changed the topic. He did not feel sorry for his misunderstanding at all. As he said that, Fong Ping said with a straight face, "What did you sell me?" Fong Yuan said nothing. Li Yueying said amusedly, "Other than 2 sets of clothes, you don't have anything else?" "What?" Fong Ping was stunned. "Even if I didn't have much since I was young, I should have had a lot of miscellaneous stuff growing up, right? What did Mom say now? All gone?" Fong Ping did not say anything. He rushed into his room. A minute later, Fong Ping walked out of his room, his face as black as steel. "Fong Yuan, you're really something. I don't even have my toothbrush. Where's my slipper? Where's the teacup? I don't have my towel either." Fong Ping wanted to kill this girl with a slap. "So, I'm not coming back, are you?" Fong Yuan lowered her head and mumbled, "I'll buy you some new ones, okay? You can get 3 new ones for an old one. You don't know how to live. You shut up. How can it be the same? Do you have feelings for the old and feelings for the new? Isn't it the same? I think the new ones are better. You still dare to talk back?" Fong Ping was furious. This time, he did not pinch Fong Yuan's face with one hand. He used both hands to pinch Fong Yuan's face and pull it apart. Fong Yuan was helpless. She said vaguely, "That's enough. Stop finding excuses to pinch my face, or I'll flip out." "You still dare to flip out?" Fong Ping snorted. He pinched Fong Yuan's face for a while before letting her off the hook. "Don't do this again. Do you hear me? If it happens again, I'll break your legs." Fong Ping warned her. He did not know if this girl was interested or just joining in the fun, but she was always thinking about these things. How old was she? In any case, Fong Ping did not want Fong Yuan to get involved in too many messy things at this age. After lecturing his sister, Fong Ping and his mother started talking about university life. According to Fong Ping, university was wonderful. The food was free, he lived in a luxurious apartment, the instructors liked him a lot, and he ate all the pills he wanted. The students were friendly, and the girls were passionate. In short, the university he talked about was like heaven. Fong Yuan, who was listening, forgot about the pain in her face. Her face was full of envy. Li Yueying was happy too, especially since she knew that her son had broken through and become a martial artist. Li Yueying also talked about the family. Many people knew that Fong Ping had broken through and become a martial artist. Fong Mingrong was now an official employee of the Department of Education. He worked from 9 to 5, and his main job was to drink tea and read the newspaper. Li Yueying was no longer working. She was in charge of taking care of Fong Yuan. Fong Yuan benefited from this as well. In school, she had become a big sister, and the teachers took good care of her. The neighborhood committee and the property management had paid them a visit a few days ago and given them many gifts. Now, there were security guards patrolling their building every day. Even if they did not have any practical use, they had done their part. As for the property management fees, no one mentioned it. The fact that a martial artist was living in their neighborhood was their honor. Who would dare to ask for property management fees? Everything was fine at home. Everything was going smoothly. Fong Mingrong would bring back some food and drinks from time to time. They were all benefits from the unit. Fong Ping felt relaxed as he listened to his mother's story. Sometimes it was easy to be satisfied. When his father came home, Fong Ping was even more gratified to see his father's rosy cheeks, cheerful mood, and healthy body. The family had a sumptuous dinner. Everything was wonderful. If he did not care about the minor details, for example, when Fong Ping was eating, he realized that the set of chopsticks and bowls at home seemed to be missing. For example, when he wanted to drink water, he could not find a teacup. Fong Ping wanted to ask which idiot bought these. However, seeing his sister's vigilant expression, Fong Ping decided to let her off the hook for now. He would be staying for a few more days during the holidays anyway, so there was no rush to make trouble. Home is still the best. Fong Ping sighed again after he had his fill. He felt a little scared. What would it have been like if he had been beaten to death that morning? Chapter 116. It was a dreamless night. That night, Fong Ping slept peacefully. He thought he would have nightmares, but they did not. When he woke up the next day, he was sure of one thing. Humans were selfish. He had thought about how sad Zhang Guowei and the others' families would be if he killed them. When he thought about how his family would be even sadder if he died, Fong Ping felt no guilt at all. His parents and sister were living a good life under his influence. What if he died? His father would have to go back to his job where he traded his health for money, and his mother would have to work 800 yuan a month as a temporary worker. How could his sister smile so carefreely? Lu Finger told him to go home and relax for a change of mood. At this moment, Fong Ping was truly relaxed. When he woke up, he jogged downstairs and bought breakfast. When he got home, his parents had just woken up, but Fong Yuan was still asleep. Seeing Fong Ping go out so early in the morning, Li Yueying did not know whether to feel sorry or relieved. Her expression was complicated. Fong Mingrong had just finished washing up. He had worked overtime yesterday, and the Department of Education was on holiday today. He made himself a cup of strong tea. After some thought, he said, "Ping Ping, do you want to buy some gifts today and pay Director Tan a visit?" Tan Jinping had given Fong Ping face and allowed his father to become an official employee of the Department of Education. Since Fong Ping was back, it was only natural for him to pay a visit. Fong Ping smiled and nodded. "Okay, I do want to thank him. Our family lives in Sun City, so we still need Director Tan to take care of us." Fong Mingrong was relieved. Not only did his son have strength, but he also knew the ways of the world. This was better than just strength. The father and son discussed it. It was not good to go too early, and they would be asked to stay for dinner if it was too late. It would not be too late to go after 9. After breakfast, Fong Yuan woke up as well. Knowing that her father and brother were going to visit the deputy director of the Department of Education, the little girl refused to go with them. Fong Yuan liked to join in the fun, but it depended on who it was. The leader of the Department of Education. That was the teacher's leader. Fong Yuan was even afraid to go to the teacher's office, not to mention the leader's house. The Department of Education's family quarters. Tan Jinping's house was luxurious. As a civil servant in this life, he lived well and ate well. There were some things that could be done in the open, unlike in her previous life where civil servants had money but had to bury it in the soil. The father and son of the Fong family had called in advance before they came to visit. The door to the Tan family's small villa was wide open. Tan Hao and his brother were standing outside. When they saw Fong Ping, they said hurriedly, "Dad, Fong Ping and Uncle Fong are here." Tan Jinping was not too reserved. He stepped forward and said with a smile, "Old Fong, you don't have to be so polite with me. Didn't I tell you not to bring anything?" After greeting Fong Mingrong, Tan Jinping looked at Fong Ping and smiled. The younger generation will surpass the older. At this moment, Fong Ping's vitality had not erupted. However, when Tan Jinping sensed it slightly, he actually felt a sense of oppression. He was a peak rank 1 martial artist. A vitality martial artist was still a martial artist. His vitality was as high as 250 calories, but when facing Fong Ping, he actually felt that his vitality was slightly inferior. This was too unexpected. Even if Fong Ping had become a martial artist, he had just broken through not long ago. Could it be that his vitality was higher than his? Uncle Tan. Fong Ping smiled, bowed and said, "I'll have to trouble you regarding my father's matter." "No problem," Tan Jinping said with a smile. "Moreover, your father is honest and willing to work hard. Everyone in the station thinks your father is doing a good job." Director, Fong Mingrong was a little uneasy. Tan Jinping said with a smile, "If we're not in the station, why should I call you director? I'm a few years older than you, so you could just call me Old Tan in private." After exchanging a few pleasantries, Tan Jinping led the father and son into the house. As soon as they entered the house, they saw Tan Hao and his brother still standing there. Tan Jinping scolded, "What are you standing there for? Go and pour some tea for Uncle Fong. Are you blind?" Tan Hao chuckled and hurried to pour tea. Seeing this, Fong Ping stood up and said, "Uncle Tan, you talk to my father. I'll talk to Tan Hao and the others for a while. We'll talk later." "Sure. You young people talk more." Although Tan Jinping wanted to talk to Fong Ping about something, he could not ignore Fong Mingrong's presence. At his age, it would be too shameless to fawn over Fong Ping. Being on good terms with Fong Ping's father was more suitable for Fong Ping. Tan Hao's room. Tan Hao let out a long sigh of relief. He said gloomily, "Fong Ping, you're really something now. Don't judge my dad by his casual demeanor. When you guys called, my dad had people clean up the room and drag Tao and me out of bed to pick you up. Before you guys even arrived, my dad was already pacing around the living room." Cough, cough. Tan Tao cut off his eldest brother's words, saving the old man some dignity. Interrupting his eldest brother, Tan Tao asked curiously, "Fong Ping, have you really become a martial artist?" "Yes." At this moment, Fong Ping did not hide it. After all, Tan Jinping's attitude represented many things. He was also their father. Really? The Tan brothers were dumbfounded. He had become a martial artist just like that? After thinking for a while, Tan Tao suddenly said, "A twice-honed martial artist?" After entering a martial arts university, they had also found out about twice-honing. Fong Ping's vitality had reached 149 calories in May. According to their speculations, it was very likely that he had broken through after twice-honing. No. Tan Tao was a little surprised. Fong Ping's vitality had increased very quickly. There had been 4 months between 149 calories and him breaking through as a martial artist. Yet, he was not twice-honed? Tan Hao was much more straightforward. He mumbled, "It's a pity that he's not." Although there aren't any martial artists among the new students in NMAU this time, there's a new student whose vitality has already exceeded 150 calories and is preparing to twice-hone. Don't be in a hurry to break through. I heard that late-stage twice-honing improves very quickly. Senior Wang is also twice-honed. That's why he reached rank 3 so quickly. Fong Ping said calmly, "I'm not twice-honed. I'm only thrice-honed." What? Cough, cough, cough. Did I hear wrongly? Fong Ping, what did you say thrice? The brothers looked as if they did not hear clearly. Fong Ping said, amused, "There's still thrice-honing above twice-honing. I'm a martial artist who broke through thrice-honing." This was not a secret. At least MCMU knew about it. Tan Jinping was a local official. There would be opportunities to interact with him in the future. There was no need to hide this. If the Tan brothers knew, then Tan Jinping would know. The more outstanding Fong Ping was, the more local officials like Tan Jinping would take care of the Fong family. At this moment, Fong Ping did not need to keep a low profile. He was not very strong. He was only rank 1, so he might not be feared. However, a thrice-honed martial artist was different. Even if Tan Jinping did not know the meaning of thrice-honing, there was no one in Sun City who did not know about it. At least the head of Sun City would know. a thrice-honed martial artist who was still studying in MCMU. What rank would he be after graduation? Rank 3, rank 4, or even higher? Such a person, even if he had not grown up, was enough for Sun City to pay attention to him. Even auspicious Sun City would pay attention to him. The Tan brothers were stunned for a while. Tan Tao was the first to react. He said hurriedly, "There's a thrice-honed above twice-honed? Fong Ping, can you tell us about it?" Usually, a vitality of 180 calories will be twice-honed. A vitality of 200 calories will be a thrice-honed. When your vitality reaches 150 calories, you'll know what it feels like to hone your bones for the first time. Of course, thrice honing is very difficult. I'm not boasting, but very few people can do it. If your conditions allow it, you can try a second time, but try not to try a third time. Fong Ping gave a brief introduction and asked about the Tan brothers' situation. Tan Hao's vitality had reached 135 calories, while Tan Tao's was 134 calories. The two brothers' progress was not slow. In fact, it was very fast. After all, it had only been a month since school started. At this rate, there is hope for them to reach 150 calories by the end of the semester, entering the boundary of martial artists. By the end of the semester, there is hope for them to break through and become a martial artist. In normal martial arts universities, it is not easy to become a martial artist as a freshman. Tan Hao even said with a smile, "Our progress is considered fast." Zhou Bin and the others who had higher vitality than us before are about the same as us because they don't practice pole standing. Of course, they can't compare to you. Nanjiang Martial Arts University's new students this year are quite impressive. They just started school and already have someone whose vitality exceeded 150 calories. There are still many people from last year's batch who have not become martial artists. At least half of them. Do you remember the seniors from last year's batch from Sun City No. 1 High School? Senior Wang is a rank 3 and became the president of the Martial Arts Society. Some of the others have just entered rank 1, and some haven't become martial artists yet. They're all aspiring martial artists like us. This is the current situation of normal martial arts universities. The students they recruit at the beginning are not strong and their vitality is not high. There are also not enough resources. Even in their sophomore year, there are still many students who have not become martial artists. If they wait until their junior year, and their luck is not too bad, they can probably enter rank 1. When they wait until their senior year, a batch of top students will graduate as rank 2. Most normal students will graduate as rank 1, and very few will graduate as rank 3. Of course, there are those who are unlucky. It is not unusual for them to not become martial artists by the time they graduate. Unlike MCMAU, which has less than 1,600 new students, there are more than 100 official martial artists now. By the end of the semester, a small half of the students will become martial artists. Once they enter their sophomore year, almost all of them can become martial artists. During the 2 years of junior and senior year, there are many rank 2 graduates and rank 3 graduates, but rank 4 graduates are rare. After chatting for a while, Tan Tao asked, "Do you want to ask Wu Zhihao and the others out for a meal? Everyone's back this time, and it's a rare break. You're a martial artist now, so let's treat it as a welcoming dinner." "Don't say that. Let's have a gathering. Don't mention welcoming dinner." Fong Ping smiled and did not refuse. He called Wu Zhihao and the others on the spot and arranged for a gathering in the afternoon. After chatting with the Tan brothers for a while, Fong Ping went downstairs. Fong Mingrong was a normal person after all. He had always been at the bottom of the social hierarchy. After chatting with Tan Jinping for a while, he felt a little uneasy. Seeing his son go downstairs, Fong Mingrong said hurriedly, "Director, I'm addicted to smoking. I'll go out for a smoke first. I'll let Ping Ping talk to you for a while." "Ping Ping, come and talk to Director Tan," Fong Ping responded. Tan Jinping also smiled and nodded. After Fong Mingrong left, Fong Ping sat opposite Tan Jinping and said with a smile, "Uncle Tan, thank you for taking care of me this time." "It's my pleasure. Are you doing well at Magic City Martial Arts University?" "It's pretty good. My instructor is a peak rank 6. He doesn't have many students, and he takes good care of me." "Peak rank 6. Tan Jinping inhaled sharply. He had never seen a rank 6 martial artist in his life. Nanjiang's Governor-General Zhang was a peak rank 6 before, but he could not meet such a big shot. Now that he knew Fong Ping's instructor was a peak rank 6, he could not help but be shocked. Was this MCMU student? In the past few years, it was not that no one from Sun City had entered the Big Two, but they were at the bottom. The instructors assigned to these people were almost all rank 4. After graduation, most of them were rank 2, and there were even rank 1 martial artists. These people almost all stayed in the big city. Now that Fong Ping's instructor was a rank 6, it meant that even in MCMAU, Fong Ping would be one of the most outstanding people. First there was Wang Jinyang, and then there was Fong Ping. The students that came out of Sun City in the past 2 years were all shockingly outstanding. After chatting for a while, Tan Jinping said, "Fong Ping, it's like this. The city is preparing to reform the education system this year. You know what happened before? Auspicious Sun City was criticized. In the province, the requirements for the counties and cities are much higher this year. The Department of Education has recently announced a reform plan. As for you, you were the most outstanding martial sciences examinee last year. That's why the city hopes to use you as a publicity tool to get more families to enroll in martial sciences. You know, it's not that some families can't afford $10,000, but they think it's not worth it. That's why not many students enroll in martial sciences every year. You're also from a normal family. We hope to use you as an example. This was not a big deal, but Fong Ping waved his hand and said, Uncle Tan, don't use me as an example to publicize. It's not good. I'm not a common phenomenon. I have my own opportunities. If you force people to have hope, and then their hopes are dashed in the end, it'll be a bigger blow to them. Also, it's better to keep a low profile about my matters, including Senior Wang's." Tan Jinping frowned slightly. Fong Ping thought for a while and said, "Senior Wang has more opponents outside. Some people might not follow the rules, so it's best to keep a low profile. I'm about the same. I just killed 2 peak rank 1 martial artists yesterday. It's best to keep a low profile." Cough, cough, cough. Tan Jinping coughed hard. Did I hear wrongly? Fong Ping did not say much. I'm not showing off. I'm seriously reminding him. Although the information about these students wasn't too big of a secret, it was better to avoid unnecessary trouble. Spreading the news around might not necessarily be beneficial. Old Wang was so famous outside, but in most people's eyes, he was extremely low-key. Unless you were a grandmaster and had nothing to fear, others would not dare or even think of revenge. It was only then that you could be a little high-profile. Tan Jinping looked at Fong Ping for a while, then let out a long sigh and did not mention the matter again. He did not suspect that Fong Ping was lying. He just found it hard to accept. Killed 2 peak rank 1 martial artists? He was also a peak rank 1. Did that mean that he was also someone who could be killed by Fong Ping now? In reality, Tan Jinping had overestimated himself. Fong Ping could take on 10 martial artists like that. Of course, Fong Ping would not say it out loud. It would be too much of a blow. Chapter 117. After chatting with Tan Jinping for a while, Fong Ping declined his invitation to stay for dinner. Fong Ping and his father left the quarters together after agreeing to meet at the entrance of No. 1 High School in the afternoon. As soon as Fong Ping left, Tan Jinping sighed. The circle will be different in the future. Ever since Fong Ping said he killed 2 peak rank 1 martial artists, Tan Jinping realized that they were not the same kind of people. They were a group of casual martial artists. Their goal in cultivating martial arts was to obtain status and privileges. However, as the deputy director of the Ministry of Education, Tan Jinping knew that martial artists were not the same. There was another kind of martial artist who entered the martial arts circle not just for status and privileges, nor were they purely vitality martial artists. Tan Jinping classified these martial artists as the practical type. Martial artists from the practical combat faction, and people like them would rarely mingle in the same circle. To put it bluntly, the practical martial artists looked down on them and did not even see them as martial artists. Looking at his 2 sons, Tan Jinping was initially envious of Fong Ping. After some thought, he suddenly felt that his sons were not bad, just like him. Fang Ping made it sound easy, but Tan Jinping did not wish for his son to suddenly be beaten to death the moment he entered university. He had to face a life-or-death battle right after entering university. Tan Jinping wanted to say that he wanted to learn more from Fang Ping, but he did not say it now. In the afternoon, Fang Ping met Wu Zhihao, Yang Jian, and Lu Ruoqi. Everyone had improved. During the Gaokao, the highest was 120 calories, while the lowest was 115 calories. Now that 5 months had passed, they had cultivated the methods of honing and pole standing. Their vitality was around 130 calories on average. Everyone was in a good mood seeing their old classmates. As they chatted, the topic shifted to resources. Wu Zhihao said helplessly, Nanjiang Martial Arts University awarded 30 GPA. It's not a small amount. If we exchange it, we can get 2 rank 1 vitality pills. However, a rank 1 vitality pill is 15 GPA, and a rank 1 bone honing pill is 25 GPA. In addition to our usual cultivation, we need at least 5 normal vitality pills to nurture our vitality to 150 calories. We need about 30 GPA. That's close to 70 GPA. There's a big gap. Even if there are some exams and rewards, we can only get 20 GPA in a year. We'll probably have to fork out another 400,000 in cash on our own to have any hope of gathering enough resources for a breakthrough to rank 1. Enrolling in a martial arts university costs a lot of money. Nanjiang Martial Arts University's GPA could be exchanged with cash for 20,000 credits. If Wu Zhihao and the others wanted to become martial artists, he would have to fork out at least 400,000 to 500,000 in cash. This was also the main reason why many martial arts university students could not achieve a breakthrough. Hearing Wu Zhihao's words, Lu Ruoqi and the others felt somewhat helpless. Yang Jian thought for a moment and said, recently, Tiananmen Martial Arts University has opened a special training class for new students. I heard that if you join, you'll be rewarded with GPA. I'd like to join and give it a try. Does Nanjiang Martial Arts University have such a class? Special training class? Wu Zhihao said in surprise. You guys have it too? We have it here too, but the recruitment is quite strict. You must have at least 140 calories of vitality. Also, there are requirements for pole standing. You have to be in a stable stance. As they talked about this, Fang Ping was slightly surprised. Special training class? What's the point of having a special training class when you're already in a martial arts university? Classes in martial arts universities were different. They were all taught by one instructor and a few students. There was no need for a special training class, right? I don't know. I'm still quite a distance away from the special training class, so I didn't ask. Wu Zhihao replied casually, but Yang Jian said, I heard that the special training class is to cultivate a batch of top students, the kind that can really fight. Is that so? Fang Ping nodded slightly and did not ask further. It was not a big deal for martial arts universities to gather elites and prioritize the cultivation of a batch of new students with combat ability. Everyone chatted chaotically. Overall, the atmosphere in normal martial arts universities was slightly better than in schools like MCMAU. It was not too stressful. Everyone had different goals. In normal martial arts universities, everyone wanted to become a martial artist. It would be best if they could graduate as a rank 2, but if they could not, then rank 1. University had just begun, and they still had a lot of time to prepare. Currently, there were no martial artists among the new students in these normal martial arts universities, so everyone did not feel too much pressure. It was not like MCMAU, where the new students were under a lot of pressure, and there were many martial artists. However, there were always top students in every school. Tiananmen and Nanjiang Martial Arts University now had students whose vitality exceeded 150 calories and were advancing toward twice honing. Everyone chatted for a while, and during that time, they also talked about Fang Ping's breakthrough as a martial artist. This was no longer a secret. Many people knew about it. Everyone was envious, but Fang Ping had already reached 149 calories 5 months ago. It did not seem too surprising that he had become a martial artist now. They were all martial science students. During the dinner that night, no one drank alcohol. Alcohol could easily numb the nerves and slow down one's reflexes. Without alcohol, everyone dispersed quickly. When he got home, Fong Ping did not forget his daily cultivation. Martial arts was about learning diligently. Regardless of whether it was a big or small matter, cultivation should not be delayed. After the night's cultivation, Fong Ping looked at his strength. It had increased slightly again. Wealth, 610,000 vitality, 265 calories, 271 calories, mentality, 235 hertz, 240 hertz. Yesterday, Fong Ping received 4 rank 1 vitality pills from Lu Yongwen and the others. His wealth had increased by 800,000, and his wealth had recovered to more than 6 million. At this moment, Fong Ping's bone honing had also improved. He had completed honing 27 bones in his right lower limb and was not far from completing honing 31 bones. Other than the improvement in martial arts, Fong Ping now had a lot of vitality pills on hand. He had 6 normal vitality pills, 11 rank 1 pills, and 1 rank 2 pill. In addition, he had a pair of E-grade alloy boots and a D-grade brass knuckles. The D-grade brass knuckles did not shine too brightly in the arena yesterday, but Fong Ping had used his unhoned fist to easily smash Chun Guolong's fully honed left arm into a bloody mess. The weapon's usefulness had shown itself. I have no use for normal vitality pills and rank 1 pills. I can keep the rank 2 vitality pills for rank 1 breakthrough. I can think of a way to sell these 6 normal vitality pills and 11 rank 1 pills. On one hand, it was to raise funds for the expansion of express delivery points. The current few delivery points could not even cover the university town, so it was difficult to receive any business. The news of Old Ma breaking through to Grandmaster had been confirmed. Since he had become a Grandmaster, Little Tanuki would definitely speed up the expansion. Fong Ping had to keep up. On the other hand, it was also to earn money and increase his wealth. The system gave him 70,000 wealth for normal vitality pills and 200,000 for rank 1 pills. These 6 normal vitality pills and 11 rank 1 vitality pills gave Fong Ping 62 million wealth in total. If he sold them, if they were worth more than 62 million, the system would compensate for the difference and continue to increase his wealth. According to the market price, these pills are worth 9 million. Of course, if I don't sell them through official channels, the price will be slightly lower. It'll be good if I can sell them for 5 million. Even so, I should be able to increase my wealth by close to 1 million. Also, I still have 202 credits that I haven't used. Can I exchange them for some pills to sell? His 202 credits had increased his wealth by 4 million. As long as the items he exchanged for were sold for more than 4 million, the price difference would continue to compensate for his wealth. Normal vitality pills are sold for 90,000 each. The exchange price is 3 credits, which is a difference of 30,000 wealth. 1 credit brings a difference of 10,000. Rank 1 pills are 10 credits each. If I sell them, I can probably sell them for about 270,000. The difference is 70,000 wealth. 1 credit only brings a difference of 7,000 wealth. After all, it's more worth it to exchange for normal vitality pills. Also, normal vitality pills are easier to sell than rank 1 ones. Rank 1 pills were too expensive, and they were targeted at very few people. Rank 1 martial artists rarely used them. Most of them were used by rank 2 and rank 3 martial artists. Now that I'm honing my bones, I'm mainly using wealth to exchange for vitality. There's no point in keeping the credits. If I exchange them for pills, not only will I have more wealth, but I'll also have more money on hand. The 800,000 cash I got from selling the 9 normal vitality pills last time is almost all used up. Recently, Li Qingze had set up a few delivery points in the university city. Thanks to Fong Ping becoming an official martial artist, the other delivery companies had reluctantly accepted him. Their company did not have much business anyway, and they were still burning money. After thinking for a while, Fong Ping decided that he would exchange his credits for pills when he returned to school. Exchange for normal vitality pills. 202 credits could be exchanged for 67 pills. which would give him an additional 670,000 wealth. If he sold them for 90,000, he would gain another 34 million wealth, an increase of 2.01 million in wealth and 6.03 million in cash. Even if he rounded it all up, he would still have 2 million wealth and 6 million in cash. After making up his mind, Fong Ping did not hesitate anymore. He just did not know if the exchange office would agree to exchange for so many normal vitality pills. He did not think too much about it. He would know when the time came. Fong Ping slept soundly that night. The next day, October 3rd, only then did Fong Ping have time to check on Fong Yuan's cultivation progress. Actually, after arriving at Martial Arts University, Fong Ping was hesitant. Should he continue teaching Fong Yuan martial arts? Martial arts universities were not as peaceful as he imagined. If his sister was a normal person, martial artists were not allowed to attack normal people according to the rules. This was not only a rule in martial arts universities, but also a rule in society. Fong Ping felt that it was more likely that he would make enemies in the future. If his sister was a normal person, normal people would not take the risk to attack his family. But if she became a martial artist, forget it. There's no point in thinking too much. Even if she becomes a martial artist, as long as she knows her place, it won't be too dangerous. It was similar to a life-or-death challenge. If you did not agree, others could not force you. As for other things, such as dangerous missions, it was fine if you did not do them. The school would not force you. Everyone did it voluntarily. If you did not do missions, there would be no resources. Without resources, your strength could not increase. If Fong Yuan really became a martial artist, Fong Ping felt that it would not be a problem for him to provide his sister with resources. He would not let her take the risk to do missions. People like Tan Jinping did not even know combat techniques, but they were still living well. The gym. After letting Fong Yuan practice her stance for a while, Fong Ping said with slight disdain, "You're so stupid." Fong Yuan had been practicing her stance for more than 3 months, but she had yet to achieve a stable stance. Fong Yuan, on the other hand, had entered a stable stance not long after he started pole cultivating. Before school started, he had even achieved a firm stance. Fong Yuan felt wronged. She pouted. "I have to go to school, and I have to run a business. Can you not bring that up?" Fong Ping interrupted her impatiently. After some thought, he asked, "Have you finished eating the blood and qi replenishing pills?" "Not yet. How can it be that fast? I still have 10 left." Fong Ping had left more than 10 blood and qi replenishing pills for her, but she did not eat many. In reality, Fong Yuan did not consume much of the blood and qi replenishing pills. She would lose her appetite for a day or 2 each time. She was not very willing to eat them, and the price was too high. Fong Ping thought for a while and said, "Take 1 blood and qi replenishing pill every 5 days. Don't slack off on your stance. Continue practicing and enter a stable stance as soon as possible. I'll leave 3 more vitality pills for you. When you've finished eating the blood and qi replenishing pills and entered a stable stance, you can take them again. You only need 1 pill a month. That should last until the end of the year. Your vitality is around 110 calories now." "Really?" Fong Yuan had not gone for a test. She was overjoyed when she heard that her vitality had reached 110 calories. Fong Ping said, "Is 110 calories that high? Don't compare yourself to the average person. In MCMEU, many people are already official martial artists when they enter school. Some are even twice-honed martial artists. Their vitality is all above 200 calories. With your progress, even if you reach grade 12, it'll only take you 3 years. It'll get harder the further you go. You might not be able to surpass them. You'll have to keep taking pills to replenish your vitality." Fong Ping did not finish his sentence. A 3-year supply of pills was not cheap. If he wanted his sister to reach twice honing before the Gaokao, he would have to spend millions of pills. 200 calories? Fong Yuan was speechless. That was even better than Fong Ping. She remembered that Fong Ping's vitality was 149 calories when he was tested. She had thought that it was impressive, but now she realized that it was not that impressive. Fong Ping did not care what she was thinking. He hesitated for a while and said, "Other than standing, you can also cultivate the methods of honing now. Forget it." We'll talk about it after you've mastered all the knowledge in the martial sciences courses. Moreover, it was best to be able to observe and guide the methods of honing. She would have to take off her clothes. Although Fong Yuan was still young, she still had to avoid the taboo. Fong Ping planned to ask Lu Ruoqi to guide his sister the next time he came back. Fong Yuan did not know much about things like meridians. It might not be a good thing to start cultivating early. Looking at Fong Yuan's excited expression, Fong Ping shook his head slightly and thought to himself, I won't teach her combat techniques. It's actually not bad for this girl to be a vitality martial artist. Vitality martial artists had a social status. Although they had to rely on themselves for resources, they had a lot more freedom and safety. Moreover, Fong Yuan was a very active person. Fong Ping was afraid that she would cause trouble after learning combat techniques. If Fong Yuan becomes a vitality martial artist, she'll have a social status and won't have to take too many risks. Even if something happens to her one day, her family will be protected. Fong Ping laughed self-deprecatingly. He felt that he was cursing himself. However, he should be prepared for danger in times of peace. It was only right for him to plan ahead. Chapter 118. After staying at home for a few days, he prepared to return to school on the morning of the 5th. The 6th was Monday, and MCMEU resumed classes. The last time he left, Fong Yuan had cried her heart out, and he had been so touched. This time, it was Fong Yuan who sent him to the train station. At the train station, Fong Ping stared at the little girl for a while. After a while, he said sullenly, Ingrate. Last time, she cried miserably. What about this time? Fong Yuan sent him off in high spirits. She could not wait for him to get into the car as soon as possible. Her expression said, Brother, why aren't you getting in yet? Fong Ping was so angry that he wanted to vomit blood. Naturally, Fong Ping knew why. Now that he had returned, pinching her face was a small matter. The key was that this girl's dream of being the big sister had been shattered. For the past few days, none of the members of Yuan Ping Club had dared to look for her. Fong Yuan looked lost and forced a sad expression. Brother, come back earlier next time you're on holiday. Remember to call me when you're back. I'll come back even if it's not a holiday. Fong Ping snorted and said exasperatedly, Stop messing around. That Yuan Ping Club of yours, disband it as soon as possible. Also, the next time I come back, if I find my things are missing, you don't have much left, Fong Yuan mumbled softly. Everything that could be sold had been sold. What else was there? Besides, the market is already saturated. Fong Yuan mumbled to herself. She had bought everything she needed to buy. Even if she sold Fong Ping's things now, she would not be able to sell them. She would not continue to sell Fong Ping's things. Fong Ping's expression was dark. He reached out and pinched her cheek. When the car was about to start, he said, Stay at home and take good care of Mom and Dad. You're an adult now, so you should know better. Also, call me if you need anything. If you can't get through, I might be busy, so don't worry. I can't get through the phone, so I can ask Director Tan for help. Okay, got it? Be good and be smart. Don't let the bad guys kidnap you. Of course not. The siblings chatted for a while before Fong Ping turned around and got into the car. He waved at Fong Yuan. As soon as Fong Ping left, Fong Yuan quickly took out her phone and made a call. Then, she said in a high-spirited tone, Summon all the sisters. We'll meet at the usual place. Shanghai train station. This time, Fong Ping was not stopped. He showed his martial arts license and was soon allowed to leave. Instead of taking the subway, he took a taxi and arrived at school in less than 40 minutes. Once he returned to school, he sent his luggage back to the dormitory and went straight to the logistics department. Exchange office. It was the same martial artist from before. When he saw Fong Ping, he recognized him and greeted him with a smile. Student Fong Ping, are you here to redeem something again? Last time, I said that the boots were useful. You've earned 40 credits. Just the 4 rank 1 vitality pills alone are enough to break even. Obviously, this person knew about the previous martial arts club competition. Fong Ping was not surprised. He smiled and said, Instructor Lee, I'm here to exchange for some pills this time. Your instructor still lacks medicinal pills? The cultivator surnamedly laughed, but he didn't refuse. He smiled and said, "Tell me, what do you want to exchange for? Rank 1 bone honing pill?" During the bone honing stage, rank 1 bone honing pills are the most effective. With a few rank 1 vitality pills, it should be enough. Teacher Lee, give me 67 normal vitality pills. 67. Martial artist Lee froze for a moment, then looked at Fong Ping in astonishment. After a while, he said, "Kid, don't be blinded by money. Credits are hard to earn. You have a lot of credits now, more than 200, but if you exchange for normal vitality pills, you'll have problems cultivating in the future. It's not that no one in martial arts universities wants to use their credits to exchange for resources. The school doesn't forbid it either. These are credits you earned. But some things can't be bought no matter how much money you have. Also, if you really exchange them and sell them, it might not be worth it. Have you thought it through?" Fong Ping obviously didn't need so many credits to exchange for 67 normal vitality pills. If that was the case, he would naturally sell them. This was not uncommon. Under normal circumstances, however, this was done by the juniors and seniors. They had more credits in exchange for some to supplement their family expenses. No one was like Fong Ping, exchanging all his credits in one go while he was still a new student. It was the hardest for new students to earn credits. At this time, every point had to be used wisely. "Instructor Lee, I know. Can I exchange them?" The cultivator, surnamed Lee, glanced at him and nodded slightly. "Yes, the credits are yours. You can exchange them for anything you want as long as you have credits. Forget it. You don't look like an idiot. It's good that you've thought it through." After the reminder, the other party did not say anything else. Very quickly, the staff backstage handed over 7 bottles of pills. There are 67 pills in total. Take a look yourself. 201 credits have been deducted from you. You only have 1 credit left. Why don't you just go for a meal and settle things after that? Instructor Lee teased. Other than eating and drinking, there seemed to be no other use for 1 credit. Fong Ping took the pills and smiled. "Keep it. Maybe I'll get a reward next time. 50 credits plus this 1 credit is just enough to exchange for the whole thing. You still want to continue?" Instructor Lee shook his head slightly. "Anyway, think about it carefully. Also, don't sell them on a large scale. It'll be troublesome if you get caught. Although martial arts universities don't prohibit the sale of pills, outside, the sale of pills is a monopoly. If you get caught, not only will the pills be confiscated, but you'll also be fined to the point of bankruptcy. Take it easy." The people involved in the pill business were the government, martial arts universities, and the military department. Fong Ping selling them on a small scale was not a big problem. If he was caught selling them on a large scale, it would be troublesome, even if the pills came from MCMAU. "Thank you for the reminder, instructor." Fong Ping thanked him and left in a hurry, taking the pills. Just now, his wealth had increased by 670,000. At this moment, Fong Ping's data changed again. Wealth 670,000 vitality, 265 calories, 273 calories, mentality, 238 hertz, 241 hertz. He had not wasted any time these few days at home. He had honed another bone, and he had honed 28 bones. My wealth is 7 million. I've left 3 for Fong Yuan. I still have 70 normal vitality pills and 11 rank 1 vitality pills. This number of pills was not a small number. Fong Ping thought for a while and dialed Li Qing's number. After some small talk, Fong Ping asked, "I have a lot of vitality pills on hand. Is it convenient for me to sell them?" Li Qingze did not expect Fong Ping to sell pills again. He had just sold a batch last time. After some thought, Li Qingze asked, "How many do you have?" 70. So many. Li Qingze was shocked. He said hurriedly, "Mr. Fong, it's not easy to sell so many pills. The main thing is that we're a little weak. It's not a problem for big companies to sell secretly, but we don't have a single martial artist other than you. It's easy to be targeted and dangerous to sell so many pills at once. 70 pills, even if they were all normal vitality pills, were worth more than 6 million. Not to mention, Fong Ping still had 11 rank 1 vitality pills, worth close to 10 million. Got it. I'll think of something else. Fong Ping was not afraid of not selling them. He just needed to find the right person. After some thought, Fong Ping went straight to his dormitory. What? Room 15. Fu Changding, who had just returned to school, said in surprise, "You want to sell pills? And so many of them." Fong Ping, is your family in urgent need of money? I guess so. Do you have any channels? Fu Changding frowned. Actually, every family lacks pills. They're needed to maintain vitality and nurture the next generation. Vitality pills are the most demanding. A rank 1 martial artist consumes a lot of vitality pills every year. However, this is an exclusive business. Everyone buys from private companies because they want to get a bargain. Fong Ping nodded. I understand. What price can anyone offer? Usually around 80%. After all, if you buy it on a large scale, even if it's a pill company, there are discounts. It's not uncommon to get 5% off or even 10% off. If it's private companies, there should be no shortage of buyers. 80%? Fong Ping frowned. He was not too satisfied with this price. I have 70 normal vitality pills and 11 rank 1 vitality pills. The market price is 3 million. If I sell them, how much can I offer? These vitality pills had brought him 1 million wealth points. Only if it exceeded 1 million would he increase the price difference. If he sold them at 80%, he could at most increase his wealth by another million. This was a far cry from Fong Ping's expectations. You have so many rank 1 pills? Fong Ping had only mentioned normal vitality pills earlier. Fu Changding did not expect this guy to hoard more than 10 rank 1 pills. Rich and imposing. Richer than him. Fu Changding glared at him resentfully. He was so rich, yet so stingy, eating for free every day. Fu Changding considered Fong Ping's question before saying, "How about this? I'll ask around for you. First, ask my old man if he wants some vitality pills. We don't have to worry about not having enough. If you don't think the price is right, I'll ask someone else for you." Fong Ping nodded. Fu Changding started making a call in front of him. The call was to his father. He briefly explained that a classmate wanted to sell pills and reported the quantity. After a while, Fu Changding looked at Fong Ping and said, "My dad said 9 million. Other companies can probably offer about the same price. It's not high, but it's not low either. What do you think?" 9 million, it looked like a 10% discount. Fong Ping thought for a while and nodded. "Okay, why don't I ask someone else for you, lest you, it's fine." Fong Ping smiled. 9 million isn't low. I know that. It's safer and more convenient. This kind of one-time transaction was not too troublesome and safe. That's fine. Fu Changding was not pretentious. This price was not too cheap. Of course, they would not lose out either. These were not some unreliable pills that were privately manufactured. These were MCMU pills. After talking to his father for a while, Fu Changding hung up and said, "Give me your account number. My dad will transfer the money to you. Just give me the pills directly." Fong Ping threw the pills to him directly and said, "Check it out yourself. Check it out face to face. Don't get into trouble for this small amount of pills." Okay. After all, it was something worth 9 million. Fu Changding did not pretend to be generous. If something happened after this, it would embarrass the two of them. After checking, Fu Changding smiled and said, "There's no problem. I say, Fong Ping, where did you get so many pills? Even if you exchange all your credits, you'll still need a little, right?" "I gathered them. You don't cultivate anymore?" "I still have some left." "Rich people," Fu Changding complained. While waiting for the money to arrive, the two of them chatted casually. "Have you heard?" "What?" Sometimes, Fong Ping would hear gossip from Fu Changding. He did not have the means to get this information. Capital City Martial Arts University has set up a special training class. Fong Ping frowned. He thought for a while and said, "I heard that normal martial arts universities have also set up special training classes. What's the special training class for?" "This has something to do with Wang Jinyang," Fu Changding said mysteriously. "When I went home this time, I heard people say that normal martial arts universities, MCMU and CCMU, have been making quite a ruckus recently. It's mainly because of Wang Jinyang. This guy defeated MCMU's rank 1 when he was rank 1. As a rank 3, he defeated many rank 3s from CCMAU. That's why normal martial arts universities are making things difficult for these elite schools. They say that these elite schools only know how to ask for resources, but in the end, their students are all trash. Sufficient resources also cause the elite school students to lack the necessary competitiveness and dedication. In this way, the elite school students will sooner or later be like those casual martial artists, becoming pure vitality martial artists. Schools like MCMU would naturally not admit that Wang Jinyang was just a special case. They could not treat a special case as the norm. The school did not aim to cultivate individuals, but to cultivate the entire student body. That's why the government and the Ministry of Education came out to stop the fight. Anyway, that's the general situation. Both sides are a little fierce. Recently, 7 or 8 grandmasters went to Capital City to fight. MCMU also sent grandmasters there. Actually, both sides have been arguing for a while now, Fong Ping frowned. He had heard about this from Qin Fengqing before, but he did not expect it to become more and more serious. Normal martial arts universities were not satisfied with being at the bottom. With so little resources allocated, it was difficult for the students to improve. In MCMAU, the new students could almost always reach rank 1, and their families did not have to worry. Normal martial arts universities, on the other hand, had to raise money themselves. A few $100,000 was not a small amount. Not every family could afford a martial artist who had yet to become a martial artist. Now, Wang Jinyang, who came from a normal martial arts university, had swept away rank 1 and rank 3 students. Normal martial arts universities had finally taken advantage of him. However, MCMAU and the other schools were not satisfied either. Wang Jinyang was not a common phenomenon. He was just an exception. It was intolerable to deny the teaching results of elite schools just because of one person. Fu Changding finally said. So, in the end, both sides agreed to use the new students as an example to prove that the cultivation of new students in elite schools may not be as good as that of normal martial arts universities. Of course, elite schools have high recruitment requirements, so they are definitely better than normal martial arts universities. Therefore, the Martial Arts University Alliance from the normal martial arts universities has made an agreement with MCMAU and CCMAU. The Martial Arts University Alliance is one side, the Big Two are the other side, and the second-tier schools like East Sino Nation Normal University are the other side. There are 4 sides in total. At the end of this semester, each side will send out a representative student to prove the teaching results of each school. The special training classes over at the Martial Arts University Alliance are prepared for this. Each school will select a group of elite students and focus on training them. One school is definitely not as good as MCMAU, but there are almost 80 schools in the Martial Arts University Alliance. If each school produces a genius, there will be 80 people. You can imagine that MCMAU and CCMAU will also be under pressure. Fong Ping raised his eyebrows. You mean, at the end of this semester, the 4 sides will compete? Yes, and it will definitely be more serious. Fu Changding's expression was solemn. This involves the distribution of resources, even including the distribution of shares in companies like pills and weapons. If MCMAU and the other schools lose, their resources will definitely be reduced. If they think that it will be like now, where they can exchange for pills at 30% of the market price, that will be a dream. Don't think that it's just a difference of 20%. The difference is like heaven and earth. Fong Ping naturally understood this. He exhaled and said, "Is MCMU going to set up a special training class too? I'm not sure. There's no news yet, but I think it's very possible. Many ants can kill an elephant. Right now, everyone is actually just starting out, so the difference isn't too big. Normal martial arts universities will concentrate their resources and train individual students. They won't be too bad. With so many schools, there will definitely be some geniuses." Fong Ping thought for a while and said, "We'll see. Do you have any ideas?" Of course. If they really want to train a group of people, there will definitely be resources tilted to them. It's a waste not to take it. You'll only get rewarded if you put in effort, Fong Ping said in a low voice. After receiving the benefits, He had to be responsible for fighting for MCMAU. That was not without obligation. As he spoke, Fong Ping's phone beeped with a text message. The money had arrived. Fong Ping's face lit up. At this moment, his wealth had reached a new high of 6 million. 9 million in cash had arrived. Compared to before, it had brought him another 9 million in wealth. If he used this 9 million in cash to exchange for credits, he would have 300 credits, which could be exchanged for 100 vitality pills. However, according to the market price, it was actually only about 9 million. There was no increase, and it would not bring any increase in wealth. Therefore, if he wanted to buy and sell continuously, that would not work. He still had to rely on himself to earn credits. Exchanging them with cash was obviously not worth it. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.